and welcome back to episode 159 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm. Ain't shit without them Eagles king. That's what we gonna give you tonight.
I don't blame you. That's what all the haters gonna say when their team ain't winning.
Not shit. We got the beautiful Britt Dawson back in the building. What's happening?
What's up, y'all?
We got my guy CT in the building. He said, what did he say? Mazel tov?
I said about time.
I know what he said.
Mazel tov as well.
We got my guy Darren in the building. What's going on with you?
What's good, my guy?
Not shit, another one. Here to talk this football. And I want to get my licks out early. Mark already talking about my squad. And I would definitely like to get mine out early. But I will say I'm the only person last week that did pick the Rams to win that game. So I will say I didn't have us winning in the first place. But I would just like to point out how awful number 4 is.
Man, listen, that's my hit the shower.
Number 4 is awful. When I tell you he's awful, he's awful. He threw for 55% completion, 137 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on a 36.9 quarterback rating.
Ridiculous.
I still gotta argue with that, bro.
Argue what? What you arguing?
Do you think there's 32 quarterbacks that are better than Derek Carr? That's
Yes.
what you have to ask yourself. No, there's
Yes.
not.
They're all over the place. Like they're
If you
in
want,
Little
I'm talking
League,
about
in high
if you go
school,
from
they're-
the start. I'm talking about
They're
if you go.
everywhere.
See now y'all just talking. Now y'all just talking. You said high school.
They're everywhere. Where do we have to go? Flag
High
football.
school?
Where indoor, outdoor? What are we talking about?
Now, I will say this.
We're
I will
talking about
say
the
this,
NFL.
Darren. No, I won't say 32 quarterbacks are better than Carr. But what I will say is that question was posed as if we were the Jaguars or, you know what I'm saying, somebody fighting to come up. We're a team that's supposed to be putting their chips in the middle of the table trying to go for something. You picked up Devontae for that. And now you got a quarterback situation where we're now asking, are there 32 quarterbacks better than this man? That's a bad sign.
But as an organization, they've been. I don't like making excuses for people, but they've been through so much in the last couple of years, bro. Like you can hold it against them as an organization, but you really can't, bro. You really
6
can't.
coaches in 9 years.
No, I agree with all that. And you know, the Raiders, because I can't say Vegas because they move so much. Oakland, Vegas, wherever. But
Even from the Henry Ruggs thing, you know, that even might put something else.
Henry Ruggs, Arnett,
You know
they,
what I mean?
they lost some pieces. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, what we say, Mark, this is his 7th year there?
It has to be
Or
more than
8th year. This is his 8th year there.
He's had 6 coaches in 9 seasons. So it has to be
He's had 6 coaches.
in 9 seasons. So he's been playing longer. than that.
So my whole thing is this, right? When you're in a situation like that, just like I said to you, I think we were either over the phone or on the game or something. At some point, you got to say to yourself, as the quarterback of an organization that switches coaches so much, that I'm going to be here longer than you. So I'm going to run the shit from the field. You tell me what you see on the sideline, and hopefully we can work together to make something happen. But seeing how Derek Carr is the kind of quarterback that needs the play from the coach, and it's changing so often, that's a fault to you.
But he has to listen to the play call. This is Josh McDaniels' first year at the new system.
And think if he went to a new system, are you saying that if Derek Carr got a fresh start at an organization where coaches don't change no longer than what, 5 years or longer?
Still trash.
He's going to be trash?
Still trash.
I don't
Still
know
trash.
about that.
And you gotta think, Cliff, he don't have all his weapons. Darren Waller ain't
I don't know about
been there this
that.
whole season.
Trash.
If you put Derek Carr even on the Jets with all those young weapons, Derek Carr could do something.
He's had too many weapons for far too long.
6 coaches.
Too many coaches and different. I will say
too many offenses. Way too many offenses.
So take over. So take the reins yourself.
But how can you take over?
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
That, and how can you take over when it's a new coach and a new offense all the time? You're trying to figure out what the fuck you have to do, what's expected.
But if he has something going,
or if you can even do, not every quarterback can do what every coach is asking.
Man, if he has something going there, they let him rock out with that system, but he ain't got nothing going, so they like, we might as well change it up.
Right.
Because
That's exactly
he's
right.
not elite. He's not elite, but he's not awful, bro.
He's awful.
He has to.
He's an average quarterback.
He's an average quarterback. He's not awful, bro.
He's a longer.
He looks weak this year for
Half
sure.
of the NFL is average right now.
He's
There's
a
5
longer
quarterbacks in the
story.
NFL that are always talked about. 5 only.
It's just a longer written book of your brother's career. And hopefully you get a ring at the end of it.
I just hope Derek Carr gets traded somewhere and proves you wrong, bro.
But
I hope
look
so
at his
too.
brother. But look at his brother. His brother joined a new expansion team. David joined a expansion team. When he joined the Texans, they were an expansion. They had just came out. And we know how that organization has been since they came out.
So maybe he's better. So maybe his older brother's better. My whole thing is he didn't get a ring. David Carr, that is, didn't
He
get
got one in New York.
Listen, he didn't get a ring until he sat down and became the bench player that he was.
Fuck, man, why does that do that?
Derek Carr is going to be the same way. The only way you get a ring in this league is if you sit down and become the backup that you are. That's it. That's all.
Right.
I know I am.
I'm not arguing that. I won't argue that. You might be onto something with that.
I know I am with that. I'll tell you that right now. But that was a 17-16 loss. Baker Mayfield for the 62.9, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 91.4 QBR. And that 98-yard drive with 1:45 on the clock was beautiful.
That was all Sean.
The flag was what got him to win.
All
It
Sean.
wasn't all Sean, because that pass that he threw in the end zone to Woods, Sean didn't come in the under center and throw that motherfucker. That was a beautiful pass. He had a couple passes on the sideline that were great. You can't.
Darren,
you talking about we hating on Carr? That was he showed us with his. I seen it with my eyes.
Y'all been hating on Brittany. You too since you back. Y'all been hating on Baker. And
I'm not hating on him.
I hate him. What do you want?
I'm not hating on him. I just know from watching him.
I'll continue to hate on him. What do I need to say?
Capable of doing? He's not capable of doing anything. I've seen it on my own squad.
He played good for 1 minute.
1 second.
I mean, but regardless,
That's what I told Cliff last week. I said he does this. That's it.
He's had flashes of great games. This is not the first.
Wait a second
Oklahoma. He has flashes of Oklahoma.
Because the argument that was made was about Carr's inconsistent coaches and all that bullshit, right? And you're gonna sit here and do the reverse to Baker Mayfield as he just came into a new situation, didn't even get a chance to look over the playbook.
Right. Read it on the flight there.
And did what he did, regardless if it's a flash of greatness. That's a great flash.
Only if he went to a team that wasn't in the Super Bowl last year.
No. We can't even use that argument because they're
awful.
They're awful this year.
But they went to the Super Bowl last year.
But last year is last
year. Done lately. It's about what you done lately.
This year they're in a situation.
They still have the same coach. They didn't change really any offensive scheme. They didn't change any coaching at all.
Okay, they lost Andre Whitworth. Okay.
Lost Cooper Kupp.
That's an all-pro veteran lineman.
Lost Cooper Kupp.
They lost Cooper
Miller.
Kupp.
Lost Von Miller.
Odell Beckham left. Lost Von Miller and Robert Woods, who Cliff was just talking. Oh wait, I'm sorry, he came from.
Yeah, but we were just talking about how Derek Carr and his system and who he's with. Baker Mayfield went to Sean.
They did lose another wide receiver though. Hold up, time out, Darren, real quick. They did lose another. Who was it they lost? He was Van Jefferson. Was it? What's his name?
No, they still got him. They
lost. Somebody left. Somebody who got hurt.
Oh, you talking about traded?
a wide receiver who was out last year. No, it was Woods. Woods
It was
played
Robert
for LA and went
Robert
to Tennessee.
Woods.
No, Woods plays for Tennessee.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He played for,
So the whole point is pieces have changed. Pieces have definitely changed.
I think that's
yeah,
irrelevant.
but
Who was that?
We were talking
He hasn't-
about the system though with Derek Carr, and we're saying we switched it to Baker Mayfield.
Oh, it's
Baker
Van
Mayfield
Jefferson.
went
My
to a
fault.
great
I'm
system.
mixing the two up.
He went
Yeah,
to
he
a
still played
great
for them.
system, regardless of who they have. It's a great system.
Listen, he's not in that
And
system.
I agree,
You can't
but
even say that he's a part of that system when he played that game.
And
Right.
you can't even say he's a part of that system when he ain't about to be there in the offseason.
But no, I'm saying
He's
regardless,
gone.
that's what makes it more impressive. Is my guy barely got a chance to drop his fucking bags. And
No,
he came
that's-
out there.
He's an
He
NFL
doesn't
quarterback.
make
He
it
better be able to get out there and
It's
do
not
something.
that, but it's not
He
that
doesn't
easy.
have
We just
anything-
talked about how hard it is if you have 6 coaches in 9 seasons. It's not
let me
that
ask you
easy.
this.
Before with the other
Let me ask
team.
you this. And you said that he played the worst quarterback in your eyes, right? So it shouldn't have been that hard to win.
Wait,
Nah.
no.
Nah, and I didn't say the worst.
God awful.
I said he's awful, but you heard me say. But you
He
heard
is
me say he isn't the worst, that you can't come up with 32 better than him. You heard me say that. So I didn't say he's the worst.
He's
I just
close.
said he's awful.
I think he's better than Baker, in my opinion.
I don't
He's
know.
better than-
I don't know.
He's better than Baker.
I've been on the podcast saying I take Baker over Carr, so I don't know.
I
I
think
take,
I'm on the
I
Baker
take Carr
train.
over Baker.
Nah, I
Bro, I'm
take Baker
taking.
over Carr.
If you give me a team right now, and we give me from the start, from quarterback, and you just give me like the list of the scrubs in the league, I'm taking Derek Carr, bro. He's the best scrub. He's considered the best scrub in the league.
But he can't win. He can't win. Like Malk said,
Baker
9
can't
seasons.
win.
9
can't
seasons
win
though. 9 seasons though, and he just made the playoffs off a wild card the first time last year.
But I think Baker's. If you want to do in a whole, Baker, yeah, he has one playoff win.
But I'm
That's
saying
the only one he'll get in his whole career.
Carr doesn't have one. And Carr has
Okay,
a
but
longer
if Carr
season or a longer
To another
career.
system, he for sure could get one. Baker's not going to get one no matter where he goes.
I don't know. I think we speaking off
But
of
Baker's been balling. Like I said, what have you done lately? Baker's been balling lately.
Absolutely.
Balling where, boy?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna hop
He just
off
got
and say
waived
that.
by a team. If
No.
you're-
Balling where,
He's
boy?
waived.
He is on a $1 million minimum. What?
But, and he's winning ball games. He's winning
He
ball
won
games.
one game, Malcolm. What are you talking about?
That's
He won
4-9, Malcolm. He won one game.
He got
That's the
waived. They
Hold on, I
waived
thought
him.
Baker. I thought they just. Hold up.
Anytime you get waived in the middle of the season, you're
That's
not.
the first game they've won in like 6 weeks.
And that's a tough situation too.
That's
Since we're
Baker's
talking the
first-
same conversation,
That's Baker's first
Carolina.
win of the
Oh.
year. That's why he got traded.
That wasn't
Oh.
his first game,
That's his first
right.
win of the year.
right?
It might
Yeah.
not be his first win,
He's.
It's
think
his first
he-
win.
but he
I was.
definitely
Yeah.
probably one of his first touchdowns.
That
I
was
was
his
jumping-
first win. For sure.
Listen,
jumping
but that
to the
it's the
Packers
same
game.
situation with Carolina, who is redoing their entire offensive playbook as well when Baker was brought in. So
How
if we're
many wins
using
Derek
that
Carr
same
got this year?
argument as Carr, Baker
How many
had
wins he got this year, though?
who Carr
Yeah, by
5.
himself. 5.
But no, not by itself. We know not one of those wins were
But
by
he's,
itself.
He's the starting QB.
No, if you really want to be 100, Devontae Adams has 5 wins.
But
Carr doesn't have-
didn't you just say Devontae Adams didn't get under that center and throw that ball?
Regardless, but Devontae Adams was the one that got them winning when he said, "Nigga, you better only throw it to me."
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs as well.
Come on, man.
Josh
Come on,
Jacobs
man.
as well. But Devontae
The whole
Adams is the
system.
only one that's getting passing yards. You look up Derek Carr's passing yards each week, and then look up Devontae Adams' receiving yards, and it's so fucking similar.
But they don't have Darren Waller either. Like, you know what I mean? They don't have the pieces. Like,
They
if
don't
Darren
have Waller,
was
they
out
don't
there,
have Renfro,
you know what
I
mean?
hear
would
it
be
all.
over
But
with.
they still got Mac Holland, who is definitely producing.
Yeah, but Darren Waller was top 5, Brad. Top 5.
I give you
Tight end
that.
in the league.
I give
For
you
real.
that.
Big.
It don't take much to be a top 5 tight end in the league.
I don't think so
Wait,
either.
It's
wait.
like
What?
Wait, what?
Besides Travis
that
Kelce,
it's not
I'm
like there's a
talking
lot of
about-
tight ends that are balling. It's not. It's like
He's right because Mark
They
Andrews
silently
playing like
ball
shit
though.
this
They
season.
silently ball. Not every team uses tight ends the same.
Well, right.
I know that, but again, it's not like there's.
What do you
10 tight
consider
All
ends.
you
balling?
need- all
as
you
tight
need is
end?
a
Are you
high-
saying
listen.
yards?
All you need is a high usage rate at the tight end position and you're balling. Look at TJ Hawkinson.
Right? You don't even have to throw it to them, and they consider ball. That's what I mean. Like, do you consider balling as into yards and touchdowns?
Usage. How much use are you?
Your targets. How many times are you being targeted per game? I'm not considering the blocks and
Travis Kelce is balling. Mark Andrews balls when he's playing. Like,
Yeah, but a team like Denver that uses
No.
5 tight ends, they
Hey,
all
don't
ball.
use Mark Andrews, Brett. Please don't. use
Denver is what's the Doldridge? What's the dude's name?
Yeah,
He's all right.
he's like the 5th one of this year, though. He's like I think there's like 4th string.
I mean, I don't doubt that, but I also think that there's issues beyond that with Russ and their whole situation.
Oh yeah,
there.
for sure.
But
Getting rid
yet
of
I
Melvin
do
Gordon.
agree if you're an above average, if you're a B plus tight end, all it depends on is your usage rate to be considered the best.
Yeah.
And right
How
now,
many
Travis
snaps you take?
Kelce, right?
One of the best.
Right, correct. Thank you for that. And right now, Travis Kelce does have the highest usage rate, even higher than wide receivers in the league right now. So, of course, he's going to look like the best.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying when your usage rate is that high, you can be average. There can be people better than you.
And when your
right.
quarterback trusts you more than it comes down to trust too. I don't think Patrick Mahomes trusts anybody else as much as he did last year, giving the ball up to like Vidal Scantling.
With them.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
think he's
say that.
Wide
They're not
receivers,
scrubs.
he has
They're not
scrubs.
scrubs.
I wouldn't say scrubs.
They're average. They're average.
Yeah,
They
they're
are average.
They're
Right.
average for sure.
Nicole Hardman,
Schuster,
I've
Valdez.
never liked
Valdez.
him.
Okay, Nicole Hartman though, he plays his role.
Yeah, they're just average though. That's
He
the
plays his
I'm
role like
telling you,
Darius Tony.
Wait till he gets his time. Wait till my guy Kadarius gets his time, and he's
Oh
going to
no,
get
I
it.
like Kadarius Tony.
I do
said that
too, man. He just had
I
a
think he's
rough
beastly.
run.
If he can just stay healthy.
He's had a
He's
rough
not big
run.
enough. He's not big enough. He's not going to play. He's
I
not
do
big.
think he's a little
He's
light in the
elusive.
ass. He is
I
light
like-
in the ass.
He was elusive in college. Y'all have not seen him been elusive.
Oh, he's been
Yeah,
elusive
he
in the
hasn't
league.
had the time when he was with
Right.
the Giants. That's where I noticed him. I don't even know him from college. I noticed him when he
Running
was
Well,
back,
look.
30
Look.
fantasy. Vince McKinney, he was spaz.
Who?
Number 1 for Kansas City. He's
What's his name?
Yeah,
McKinney.
You
Oh,
said
McKinnon?
no, the running back.
McKinnon.
Yeah,
McKinnon? Yeah.
30 fantasy points. He spazzed last week.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
Nine.
he catches the
I
ball.
think he had like 11 catches. He was going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna
they
catch
Well,
the
played-
ball.
I mean,
He's
think
gonna
about
run.
it. When your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes, how often do you need to run the ball? Of course, I need my running backs to catch.
If their running backs weren't injured, they would be running the ball. If they
No,
had
it's-
Edwards,
that's a lot.
Hilaire, if
That's
they
what I was about to
Facts.
say. Alaire.
yeah, they're gonna run. He was doing
And they're one of the
Before he
only
got
teams
injured.
that really use fullbacks for real.
Even him caught the ball at the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, of course, you can run the ball. We got to run the ball to bait you in for the passes. But my quarterback is Patrick Mahomes, so every running back on this squad better be able to run a route.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, Cliff. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes,
Mhm.
how long do you think he's gonna be able to fling the ball? I think this is his last year that they gonna let that shit slide.
Oh, well, okay. And you know what? Hold that question for me. Remember that you have it
How
because
long
it's
is he gonna be
going
able to
come
fling the
into
ball?
something at the end of the. Well, I won't say the end. We might get into that next. But yeah, no, fuck the Raiders.
faux show.
Yeah, let them tank. Like I said, keep tanking. And
Y'all
this
still got
is
a chance.
this
make
is
the
a
playoffs.
very quarterback heavy draft. If they don't get one, I may be with Brett. I'm going wherever she going. I'm going wherever she going. Because I don't think I can stand to see another season with number 4 lined up as the quarterback.
Britt said she going to the Jags, boy. You sure?
I did not say that. Not
I
that they're
probably
doing
would
bad.
go to the Jags before I
not
go to
doing
the
bad,
Giants.
Right.
They not doing bad, but let me. What was you getting ready to say?
No, I
feel
said
like
I just wouldn't
you
root
guys
for
are talking about
anybody.
Derek Carr, and I feel like Derek Carr has had a very easy ride. I know you guys are talking about the different coaching, this and the third. This man's job has never been on the line. He's never had that pressure, from what I've seen.
No.
His job might be gone. So when you guys are talking about, the coaching staff, man, he should be relaxed. He should be relaxed, because every coach that comes in is giving him the starting spot, and they're not even putting up a threat like they might bring somebody in.
Right.
But that's the
Wasted
organization as a
Mariota.
whole, though. That's the organization as a whole. The organization as a whole is not put together. So how can you even expect somebody that's not even being held accountable play to like they're being held accountable?
Yeah, Cliff. Matter of fact, you just said it last night on the game.
What would you rather have as a quarterback? Would you rather have the threat of your job being taken at any moment, or having different coaches?
In this league we have right now, probably not gonna lie, because how a person I am, I would want my job on the line, because you would probably play a little harder.
I would want different coaches, because I'm doing exactly like I said. I'm going to the coach and being like, listen, I've had 6 coaches in 9 seasons. I will be here longer than you will.
But you have to be that good.
I
to
will
be
run
able
the
to
game
do
from
that.
my line.
Not that
You
good.
tell me what you see. That's it. That's all. I'm not about to keep changing plays and doing all this for all
ain't got
y'all,
the keys.
and you're not going to be around long enough. He's just not a killer. At the end of the day,
You gotta have the
he's a
keys, bro. You ain't got the
civilian.
keys.
He's a civilian. He's not a killer. So,
But what Shannon Sharp say? He's just a man.
right. Like,
But not every quarterback has the keys, though.
Listen,
He ain't got the keys to just walk to the
It's
front
not
office
even
and
just
be like,
that,
this is what we're
Cliff.
doing.
it ain't about a key.
When
I'll
you
call
say
an
the keys,
audible.
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? He doesn't have the keys.
He's not even the face of the franchise.
But
That's
that don't
what I-
mean he can't change the play at the line of scrimmage. Audible.
At this point, Devontae Adams has more change at the line of scrimmage than Derek Carr does.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I do
Come
agree
on
with
now.
that. But there's
not
never
the
been
face of anything.
there's never been a
that's
wide
irrelevant
receiver
to
that's
the
been
fact
able
that-
to do that.
But
Other
that's
than
not
Randy.
irrelevant. I'm just saying Derek Carr has not reached that level of status to be able to tell anybody what he's going to do.
And that's Derek Carr's issue. That's what I'm saying. If he was a
But he
killer,
hasn't been able to do that because he has nothing consistent.
Nah, G, I'm not hearing that, because then I turn around and I look at a Baker who drops his bags and does Derek Carr the way he does him, and didn't even start the game. Didn't even start from the first snap.
Right.
Can I ask you a question? Why are you making it seem like that Baker blew them out?
Because it might as well have been. It might as well have
Why?
been. They saw that the quarterback they were going with wasn't moving. They put Baker in, and then ever since the game started flowing.
That was not a blowout.
It wasn't a blowout, but there's no reason why that man should have gone 100 yards in less than 2
So
minutes.
why are you not
and you
blaming
don't have
the D? I
plays.
didn't know Derek Carr was the safety.
It's not about that as well. It's not about that as
No,
well.
listen, we're talking about his stats that game too.
Listen,
You got to
Yeah, but but he kept them in the game. It don't matter. He
Absolutely
kept
not.
them. In
he
the
kept
game.
them in the game.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I know you're saying Devontae, but how did Devontae get the ball? I don't
Listen,
understand. Like you can't. the
what I'm
ball
saying
doesn't
is when
fall
you have
from
a
the
quarter,
sky.
when you have
What
a
Devontae does with the ball, Devontae produces when he gets the ball. That has nothing
But
to
he has to. But he has to get it.
right, but when you also
Okay.
have a wide receiver that can create space, it's not like you're working to get it to him. Like you said, they're still professional quarterbacks. I just have to get him the ball. If he's making space, I just have to get that to him.
But let me ask you a question. Why are you saying that when the reason that Baker is not in Carolina because he couldn't get them the ball?
Who did Baker have? Kenny Anderson? Who
He
did
got-
Baker
he
have?
got more. He got more. He got.
Oh, Robbie Anderson.
I
He
said
has more
Robbie Kenny. I
weapons
said
than they
Kenny.
do in
He had
He
Christian-
might not
he had
have a
Christian
Devontae
McCaffrey.
Adams.
He had weapons. We ain't gonna say he didn't have weapons.
He might not have a Devontae Adams, but he had at least 5 or 6 above average weapons.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it though. I'm not hearing.
I don't know
it.
about no fire. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not hearing
If
that.
you want to line them
He
up
had
and
two.
how if their speed, them boys are quick, bruh.
Not
All them
hearing
boys
it.
are fast.
If we judging off of speed alone, how many receivers is in the league? Look at Schwartz, your boy. We judging off speed.
Right.
What about Schwartz?
Nicole
Hardman is literally on the Chiefs only because he's fast. He don't do nothing else.
Listen, Baker had 2 good options when he was in Carolina. He had Christian McCaffrey, who he couldn't get the ball to, who secretly demanded that he be traded.
Wait, CT, who's Carolina's tight end? What's his name?
Trimble or something?
Carolina's tight end.
Somebody that we all got to look up because it must not be.
I think his
nobody's
name is
nickname.
Trimble or
See,
something.
that's how I know, Darren, did that you blowing smoke. Because if you don't remember if you don't remember his name, if you can't even
Marcus
remember
Jr.?
his name,
Trimble, I think.
yeah.
But
I ain't never seen someone. In all of sports, I've never seen someone perform and be like, I don't know who the fuck. I don't know what your name is. They out there balling though, but I don't know what your name is. They've been balling all year. I don't know.
number 25. Number 25.
No, but we were talking about tight ends though. Cliff just said it based on your usage.
Oh,
That's
man,
correct. That's correct.
That was a while
Cliff
ago.
just said that. But he just said that.
But I
You can't say
understand. I
he did not
understand what
say
he's
that.
saying. If you, but
Yeah, but
that's
they don't
that's
have
the
a tight
thing
end
though.
that-
You just kind of use that against yourself, right? Because regardless if his usage is that low, can't be a baller. Can't be considered a baller.
He's not a baller.
And let's be honest, Christian McCaffrey before he went to 49ers was playing like shit.
No, he was not. He was not getting the
he-
ball.
He was, man.
He was not getting the ball.
I'm not the.
He would go. Listen, if I was watching the game, if you're the quarterback of Carolina and you got Christian McCaffrey, how long is it going to take you to start throwing him the ball, letting him run? How long is it going to take you to start doing
The issue with Baker and Christian is
Baker would be a couple drives in before he even touched the ball. That's crazy.
Well, see,
the ball should be going.
The Carolina Panthers,
the same way the
their
49ers
tight end right now is
the
averaging
same way the
10
49ers
yards.
let the offense go through Christian McCaffrey. That's the same thing Baker Mayfield should be doing. It don't take 3-4 drives before the 49ers get Christian McCaffrey the ball. Baker was waiting 3-4 drives to get him the ball.
the issue with Baker and Christian why they didn't work is because in order to get Christian
Baker
going,
can't.
it's design pass plays. You have to hit him at a point where he can catch the ball and make a move. Baker is not a quick out of his hand quarterback. He wants to wait and see.
Ghosts.
Right, he wants to wait
He's
and look at
scared.
the field, and I'll take off if I need to. You can't be that kind of quarterback getting it to a running back out of the backfield. You got to
So
get
here's
it to
my
me
thing,
in
Even
seconds.
any quarterback,
Why would you not want
now
to
you
put
need
the
get ball
hands
out of your
hands
hands.
in the best? Like, why would you not want to put the ball in the hands of your best player as a quarterback? If you want to,
I agree, but I guarantee you.
If you like
skills are horrible.
go through your reads,
I agree with that, Darren.
you got to cut that short. And I'm just passing straight to you because I know you're gonna be right here. Like
Like a Jacoby Brissett. Come on now.
Okay, well,
What
here's what I
about?
want to know. So when Baker was in Carolina this season before he got traded, or not
he didn't
Baker,
get traded. They released him.
Christian.
He got
I'm talking about, I meant
waived.
to say Christian. I meant to
Right,
say
right.
Christian McCaffrey had 85 attempts. That's a lot of attempts. 393 yards.
That's not a lot, Malcolm. For him, that's not a lot.
No, look how many yards he got now that he's been with the 49ers.
Yeah, Malcolm, that's not a lot for
I'll
him.
tell you that.
Touchdown. Look how many touchdowns he has.
Oh, I'll tell you that.
5,000 all-purpose yards, that's not a lot,
The
bud.
funny thing is the numbers are similar. So on the 49ers right now, he's got 89 attempts, 426 yards.
How many games?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
he's-
only been there for a month.
You gotta
Y'all
do math,
asked
bub.
about it, though. Y'all knew that when y'all asked. But hold on, y'all knew that when you asked about what he's done in San Francisco.
I know what
didn't
he's
ask
done
that.
in San Francisco.
Yeah, I
Look
know
how
what
many
he's done,
You
but
touchdowns
said
that's
what
what
he
I'm
got in
saying.
San Francisco, and I read off.
But that's
No,
what
my
I'm saying.
point
We're
is
telling
what
Cliff
he's
that it
doing
was Baker.
in San Francisco he could have been doing in Carolina.
Exactly.
Baker,
No, that's what
Baker.
Mark is saying. He's doing the same thing. The issue
no,
is
he's not. It was a longer
the issue is
time
passing.
period.
I want to know passing yards.
The
Though I don't care
49ers
about.
have Purdy as their quarterback, and they're still going to win. Come on now.
But,
They
but
had
bigger,
Baker, they
bigger
would
than
lose.
that.
If they had Baker, they would lose.
But bigger than all
No,
right.
they wouldn't. Yeah, no, they
So
may.
hold on. So hold on.
They
So hold
would.
on.
If they had Baker, they would.
they
lose.
wouldn't.
Regardless
I'll
of
tell
who
you
they
why.
had, yes, they would.
I'll tell you why.
Wait,
They
what's
may.
your point, Malcolm?
Sean McVay,
Mhm.
Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur,
Okay.
all coached for Washington's punk ass for several years. All are
Right.
masterminds on the offensive front. They're all great friends to this day. Feed off each other. They're all some of the best masterminds. So with that being said, damn, I didn't forgot what. Okay, that's where I was going. Matt Rule for Carolina.
Mm.
He got fired. We know he wasn't shit. I didn't expect Baker to do shit with him. Now he's with one of the masterminds now, though. He's with the Sean McVay. So even though like Cliff, he's on the fly, he's coming in new, you're with the mastermind. Kind of like Andy Reid. These guys are going to be the next Andy Reids. I'm telling y'all. The
No, I agree
McVay.
with
I
that.
get what you're saying, but Tom Brady said being a quarterback is 90% mental, 10% skill, bro. Baker's mental decision making is not there, bro.
but
I get
Darren-
what you're saying, but he is not a good decision maker.
But we already said this.
I think it's beyond decision making. I think the skill is not there. He does not know how to get certain people the ball. He's
He
very
doesn't.
one-dimensional.
I don't
He's
know
very
if you can
one-dimensional.
say that based off of last week's game. Even the
Listen,
commentator
and he
said
was
he
the-
hadn't
Nothing
had
against
time.
the Raiders.
But
That
he was a-
everyone says the Raiders are trash.
Regardless,
When he was a Brown, he had games where he looked great. I bring it up all the time. When they played the Ravens a year or so ago, that was a great game. He went like touchdown for touchdown with Lamar Jackson. But after that,
Who would you?
no.
Who would
And
y'all
then
say?
Let's look at the facts. Hold on real quick. Let's look at the facts. He had Odell Beckham Jr. couldn't get him the ball. Jarvis Landry could barely get
well,
him
that's
the ball.
different.
Hold on, though. I want to just show that
I'm just saying.
the only reason he even had yards was because of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
He had
Now,
Njoku,
and he got Njoku, who is a really great tight end.
great tight end.
And again, he had Christian
Coming out
McCaffrey,
more
couldn't
this
get him
year.
the ball. DJ Moore couldn't get him the ball.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
How many
Couldn't even get him the ball.
receivers, tight ends do we have to name that he could not
Oh.
get the ball? So just because he had this one game does not mean that he's good.
His
He's
resume ain't there, bub. If he came in and
I'm
applied
not-
for a job, he getting turned down.
I'm not saying that
Step into my office, Baker.
he's good.
Like,
I'm not saying he's good by any means. Let's not get that confused. But what I will say is that all that you said, I feel like that's somewhat to Malcolm's point. All that is beforehand of having someone like a Sean McVay to lead you at the quarterback position. Now,
And
the fact
listen,
that Matt
he-
Freddie
Stafford...
Kitchens
you
wasn't
cannot
that
say
bad,
that Sean
though.
McVay is leading him.
Now, listen,
because
though.
He's only been there one
Right.
game.
Right, that's why I said listen. Now the fact that he can come on without even being coached by Sean McVay, even the commentators were saying he's had no time with these receivers to be hitting them in stride like that. And regardless of what y'all want to try to say, he was hitting them in stride.
Maybe that's his
But why
best-
couldn't it have been
so
the
wait.
receivers could have just been where they were
So
supposed
wait though. But I'm sure the receivers were where they were supposed to be, but the ball was as well. That's the thing. So if he can do that, just dropping his bags before he's been coached by a Sean McVay, then what do you think a Sean McVay can do?
Do you know how many yards
He can't
came after
help him.
catch that game? Because
Yard,
I'm gonna go back to the point to where you said when Derek Carr throws Devontae Adams the ball, what he does after the yards. After
Well,
the
hold
catch,
on.
right? So if we gonna say Baker, all he did was got them the ball and they scored with it. What were the yards after the catch?
Hold on, Cliff. Before you try to answer that, let's take it back a step because we're in a Ferrari right now. We're speeding fast, but let's put it on cruise because I want to bring something up. The first point I want to make, and I love Tom Brady because he's a Michigan boy. I wasn't a fan of Tom Brady New England. I love him because he's a Michigan boy, though. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. How many quarterbacks can say they played for Bill Belichick? Also, How many quarterbacks can say they played for Bill Belichick and some of the greatest coordinators of all time during that New England time? Charlie Weiss, who was the fat motherfucker, Romeo Cornell, all them. He's had some of the best staffing alone out of anybody that we're talking about, especially a Baker Mayfield. I'm not saying Brady wouldn't have been Brady. That's the question we'll never know, right? Because he did what he did in New England and he got one in Tampa. But let's not pretend like he didn't have an all-star staff around him.
But let's not talk about Tom Brady came in for Bledsoe and started going off from the beginning before even being coached up for.
He wasn't that, but he wasn't just like Baker coming in. He won a couple of games, but he wasn't Tom Brady who we know today.
But he kept going. He kept going. That's the thing.
This is how many times did Ryan Fitzpatrick hop in a game and do some amazing shit?
Ryan Fitzpatrick is a journeyman, though.
Put Ryan Fitzpatrick on the Rams right now. He'll win more games than Baker.
What I'm saying is, how many times did we see him hop into a game and get them the win, but still not be a great quarterback?
Well, I mean,
some quarterbacks know that. Some quarterbacks know that they're not great, you know.
But I'm talking to Malcolm and them because my point is, I'm talking to Malcolm and Cliff because my point is, Baker hopped in the game. He had a good game, but he's still not a good quarterback. Y'all act like we haven't seen him.
And once again, I'm not saying that he is a great quarterback, but what I'm saying is
even good.
Right now. But what I'm saying is right now he is 1 for 1 in a game he should not have won.
Oh my goodness.
That's something no one can deny.
All right.
The Raiders should not have lost that game. Everybody picked them in the pick'ems, including you, Darren.
I give him.
He is 1 for 1 in a game that he should not have won. In a game that he walked into without knowing a playbook.
And
that's a fact. That's all I can give him, though. I can't give him.
Nobody else can give him anything because he hasn't showed up another week.
Cliff, I'm going to exclude you from what I'm about to say next. My second point, Darren, you said this, so really this goes to you. You said Freddie Kitchens wasn't that bad, right? Freddie Kitchens' coaching record over 6 years in the NFL was 126 wins, 129 losses, 2 ties. Is that
we've also had 21 quarterbacks in like 2 years.
Okay, so that's my third point. Bingo. Thank you. You talked about the Raiders organization being trash and not being good from top to bottom. What has Cleveland's organization been from top to bottom? Realistically, no bullshit, no jokes, no.
I give a strong 2 on a scale.
It almost seems in reverse, right? Like the Raiders will go with the quarterback, the Browns will go with the coach.
It's different than drafting quarterbacks that don't show what they're supposed to do, other than getting a new coach every year. It's different.
So who do you look in the mirror? Who looks in the mirror at the end of the day? The owner and the GM, Darren.
It's the reverse, though. It's the reverse.
But I'm not saying that Derek Carr. I never said Derek Carr was trash, though. So, like, I don't.
I'm not talking about him. We talked about Baker. You talked about Baker played in Cleveland. I'm trying to connect the dots, right? Cleveland is a trash organization.
But I never said Baker was trash because he was in Cleveland. I'm saying Baker is trash in general from what he went to Carolina to was trash.
And Carolina, once again, falls into the Cleveland organization.
No, they don't.
Baker Mayfield and put him with the Patriots during their prime with all
Carolina
these great coaches.
Just started tanking this year, Malcolm.
Guess what you're going to get? You're still going to get a shitty quarterback.
Malcolm, you just tried to compare Carolina to Cleveland. They just
I don't care what coach you bring in.
And what has Cleveland been?
You can bring in Zeus. Somebody can come down and help this man, and he will still suck.
Okay, hold on, Darren. You said.
We'll see. This is the first time we get to see if you're right or wrong, Britt. Because this is the first time, like Malk said, that he's actually with an organization who knows something. I've said that Matt Stafford isn't shit. I've said that forever. Matt Stafford and Goff are the same quarterback. Exactly. They got a Super Bowl with him.
He's not as good as Matt Stafford.
But let's see. We don't know.
Matt Stafford was good in Detroit. He just didn't have the squad. Y'all are tripping.
We went through the stats.
Say he wasn't. Say he wasn't. Say he wasn't.
I'll tell you why. Kirk Cousins. He's not shit. Justin Jefferson's a fucking man. He wasn't shit. Matt Stafford wasn't shit. Calvin Johnson's a fucking Hall of Famer, bro.
Even after Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford kept getting his numbers.
Gosh, man.
His numbers are exactly.
Look it up.
We did. We did an episode about it and compared the numbers. They're damn near identical. Golf
Right.
and Stafford's numbers. Golf and Stafford's numbers are almost identical.
Listen, that's great for them. They can be identical, but you know what's below their numbers? Fucking Baker.
But let me ask you a question. Why are y'all making it seem like that Jared Goff is not playing at a pro level this year?
He has he has flashes. Like y'all say about Baker, he has flashes.
But he has a better squad around him. The Detroit Lions are not scrubs, bro. Don't say they are. Please don't say they are.
Their defense is not scrubs, but their offense is not.
And their offense isn't not scrubs.
They're loose. They don't have everybody. They don't have to do Williams from Alabama.
No, he's back, Cliff. He came back last week.
Yeah, right.
And he scored. His first catch was a deep ball, deep one.
They got Amon-Ra. He's great.
Right.
Amon-Ra is great.
He's great.
That's what I'm saying. They have a young wide receiving core now.
And they got
DeAndre Swift and they got Jamal Williams, the running back. Come on now. And they got Aiden Hutchinson at the
But I'm not going and they got who's the tight end?
They got a few people. They got who's the linebacker?
Fuck the bullshit. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, to Cliff's point, Sean McVay took the following quarterbacks to the Super Bowl. Win or lose. Jared Goff, he took him, right? He lost. He took him, right? Matt Stafford took him. Mediocre. He won with him. Baker, y'all claiming is trash. So far, he's won a game with Baker, with him fucking flying on the jet day before. Won a game with him.
Every time I get on here every week, y'all be arguing on the quarterbacks for one game because y'all did Deshaun Watson the same way.
I'm not.
Well, listen. No, I didn't, because I was with you on Deshaun.
Fuck
you
the
can't
quarterback.
even talk about one game. That's not even enough to even say that's a practice. That's a scrimmage.
Right.
Like
McVay, if you guys are crediting him with taking average quarterbacks and making them good
Right.
Super Bowls or getting the win, he has his hands full now because he's not getting ready to do it.
He got his hands full for sure.
He's
And
really
Baker's
testing
just
himself,
here
and I
for
want to
now.
see how it works out.
But Britt, I told them last week, they keep on talking about Baker. What are they playing for? They ain't playing for nothing. He just out there keeping the games going so the fans pay for the tickets.
No, I
got a
completely
question for
agree
y'all,
with
and
that.
I wish it was.
But at the
wish
same
it was
time, their record is currently the same as Derek Carr's. Like, come on now, and
But the teams as a whole, they suck.
Okay, let me ask you this.
That don't mean Derek Carr.
Cliff. Let me ask you this, Malcolm. If even though it's not going to happen, it's just hypothetical. If Baker continues to throw for LA and Cooper Kupp comes back and he can't get Cooper Kupp the ball, is he still?
That's not going to be a problem.
No,
Right, that's not.
It could
No,
be a
but if
problem.
it does, is Baker the problem or is Cooper Kupp trash?
Problem. I'm just saying, if Cooper Kupp does not get the ball, is it going to be because Cooper Kupp is washed up? Is it going to be because Cooper Kupp?
Facts.
Or
right.
is it?
No, I understand what you're saying. And operating off of the hypothetical, answering the hypothetical, it would be Baker Mayfield, clearly. But the only reason why I said it wouldn't be a problem is because when you were talking about Christian McCaffrey, if they would extend his routes by 10 yards, that would give Baker more time. Because he's not going to get the ball out his hand. Cooper Kupp.
You're talking about he beat a team whose record is just as trash as theirs.
Cooper Kupp is the Christian. Cooper Kupp is the Christian McCaffrey on the only wide receiver end of the ball. So very rarely do his routes only meet a 5-yard minimum. He's going out for 10 to 15, which gives Baker more time.
Have you been watching the 49ers play? Because Christian McCaffrey,
I've seen a game and then I've seen highlights, but even McCaffrey, he's getting more passes than he is rushing.
That's what I'm saying. Let me say this. Christian McCaffrey is all purpose. That's why if you can't use Christian McCaffrey, then you really can't work with anybody. He's getting short, he's getting it long. He's not just getting 5-yard dump off passes.
75% of his
This man got a whole
receptions.
dictionary of plays that he can work with.
75% of his receptions are right after the line of scrimmage. They're
Right.
dumps. They're
Right.
dumps.
Right.
5
That's
yards.
that's not even to be argued. 75% of his passes are delay routes where he releases late and he dumps it over the line of scrimmage and Christian McCaffrey goes, which is once again a designed play. Baker Mayfield is not good on designed plays. He's an innovator. He's trying to make something happen out there, which is why Darren says, I don't mean it in a positive, but why Darren says he sees ghosts, that's because he's taking his time and looking around and trying to see shit. You can't do that.
You
with
can't
the
do that in
play.
the NFL. You can't do that. Well, you can't do that in the NFL in general. These DNs are, bruh. How can you hold the ball for even 5 seconds
I mean, it's a lot of quarterbacks
without
that do.
Andrew Whitworth? Without Andrew Whitworth, though.
Andre, yeah.
It's a lot of
How do
quarterbacks
you hold
that
the ball?
do.
Work.
One
Baker-
specifically,
It's not gonna work.
it's a lot of quarterbacks that
Baker-
do. One specifically that may be in the race for MVP. Who might that be?
Tua?
Who might that be, Malcolm?
You talking about Mahomes?
I'm talking about Jalen Hurts.
But
Oh,
Jalen
no,
Hurts
hold on.
has
You
wheels.
said- hold on, but you said-
Jalen Hurts has wheels.
Hold on.
That
Time
holds
out.
the ball before they release the pass.
Well,
But he knows he can take off for 50.
Oh, Cliff, that's a little different though because
Yeah, he could take off for 50,
Well,
boy.
not even just that.
And he's not 5'9".
We have one of the best offensive. I mean, that's not even an opinion.
You
we
do
have
have a good offensive
solid-
line.
And that's been that way. That's been that way for a little second ever since. they
Yeah,
got
it's
rid of
been a
him.
little while. I ain't gonna
Carson
stun on that.
Wentz.
We got one of the best offensive lines.
Ever
Like-
since Carson Wentz got hurt that year, they stocked up for sure.
Another bum.
But I see what you're saying, Cliff. But to that point,
It's-
the only reason it's hard to is because he does have a fantastic offensive line, so he has a lot of time to damn near.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head without hitting the phone.
Joe Burrow.
It's
has
a lot of
that
quarterbacks though that hold the ball. You
Now,
know
but
why?
you
Do you know
also
why?
have to
Do you know?
think-
Let me ask you something. Do you know why it's interchangeable for Purdy to replace a Garoppolo and them to still succeed? Huh?
Question though. Question.
No, we're not doing that.
I can give you my opinion.
What would that be?
Why that Purdy can step in and
Interchangeably with Garoppolo.
Listen, I think that sometimes you got somebody, you have backups that are up for the challenge that are better than what people expect.
Taylor Heineke did
I
it.
agree, but
So,
more so it goes to what
with that
Malcolm was
being
saying.
said-
When you have a good organization and a good a team around you, you can put players in place to keep shit going. Just like what Malcolm was saying.
Y'all just got checkmated because what I just say, Kyle Shanahan.
We didn't get
Right.
checkmated because
Hold on,
they
yes,
don't
you
have.
did.
They're not playing though. They're not playing.
But
What do
no,
you mean
listen.
they're not
No,
playing?
wait. Go ahead,
He
Malcolm.
said, "I'm going back to him saying the coaches are not out there catching them damn balls."
No, but you're not. Listen, I
don't
just
think
said
that
a
was-
little bit ago that 3 of the best young masterminds are Shanahan, LaFleur, and McVay. What did Cliff just say? Brock plays for the 49ers, who's coached by Kyle
I'm feeling
Shanahan.
the floor, but okay.
But
We don't have
maybe
to
he
feel
just
it.
has
But-
the
but-
skill.
wait,
It's been
wait,
one
but-
game,
but-
so we don't
but
know
let's
if that
not-
boy either got coached up or he's good.
Let's
gotta
not
wait.
derail the point for the audio listeners. Go ahead, Malk.
Right. All I'm like Cliff said, connecting the dots. Kyle Shanahan had to deal with a third string, not third string. Baker Mayfield was considered a third string. McVay, right? You can say whatever about Matt LaFleur. I'm not the biggest fan of him myself, but we know when Jordan Love had to come in, he wasn't doing too bad either.
No, he wasn't. He requested a trade.
Why
if
is
he-
Baker
if
Mayfield
Aaron Rodgers
considered a
comes
third
back.
string?
Because that's what he came in as, Darren. I'm sorry, Stafford went down, so I guess technically second, but really he's a third because we know the starter supposed to be Stafford.
No,
Then
no,
Wolford,
they
then-
brought
no,
him in
you are
specifically
correct.
to start. But
Well,
they
no,
brought
but
him
no,
in
they did not. No, they did not
They
because
didn't,
they
had
pulled
Wolford.
they pulled Cuz up and they put him in first. I said it even with last game. Baker didn't start that game. He wasn't the quarterback that came
Cliff,
out under
would you say,
center.
but Cliff, would you say because what didn't you say he barely had any time? That's
Yeah, he had
it.
just
That's the
got
only
traded.
reason. You said he
Yeah, I'm
barely
sure.
had
No,
any
I agree
time.
with that. I'm
It
sure
has
they
no
would
other reason.
I'm sure
for
they
that
would have
because of
moved
that.
him up once he got comfortable.
He
but
came in to start.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He did not come in
He
to
is
be
a
no
third
They
backup.
didn't
string
plan for
quarterback.
him to be playing that game.
Right.
But he didn't come in to be nobody's backup.
But he was the backup to the backup that game. The
Listen,
only
what
reason he
reason,
came
though?
in, I'm telling you, the only
They
reason he
made-
came in is because the quarterback they chose to start was not moving the ball.
But other people get put at backups because they're not as good. Baker was,
But it's good. Baker doesn't
because he's
deserve
just
all
out
the
there.
conversation anyway. Let's move
He's
on
just
to your
Derek
guy.
Carr.
Let's
Who?
move on to
Kirk?
your guy because I have some questions. We going with the Browns-Bengals game. This game is, I actually did go with the Browns on this. I expected the Browns to win by 7, I think I said. Yeah, Browns by 7. That was a 23-10 defeat. I do think that Deshaun Watson is getting his legs back. He threw for 61.9%, 76 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Joe Burrows
80%
did
QBR.
right.
My take was, I'm sorry, were you finished, Cliff?
No, I was just gonna say it's an improvement to last week, which is what we were saying. We got to get a nigga time to cook. He's fresh out the gate, but
I mean, he's been gone for 2 years, so I don't expect too much. But let me say this: I honestly felt like watching that game, seeing what was available and what Deshaun Watson did. I felt like it was a matter of the offensive coordinator. I felt there just wasn't enough creativity in there.
There wasn't.
So there wasn't anything really going on. I mean, the routes were basic.
It is second game though. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know though. I don't know if I can agree. And the only reason why I say that, and this is leading to a question that I have, because I almost feel like with Deshaun Watson in at quarterback over Jacoby and all them, I'm almost feeling like Donovan Peoples-Jones is is replacing Amari Cooper as the target.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's
known though.
You think that's known? You think that was like the plan all along?
I don't think that's the plan all along. But you even said last week it's known that he catches the ball with his chest. You know what I mean?
Amari
like,
Cooper.
It's
right.
Like, it's like if someone's on him, he's not going to catch the ball. He doesn't.
He had some drops in that game.
You know what I mean? He doesn't jump. He doesn't get off the ground. He's so stiff. He can get open, but if he doesn't get open, he has no chance. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, he had 2 receptions for 42 yards and a 24-yard long last week with Deshaun Watson running the quarterback. Donovan Peoples-Jones had 8 receptions, 114 yards, a 28-yard long. He ain't had no touchdowns, but he got targeted twice in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken. One was for a nice, 30-yard pass, and it could have got caught, but he was close to the sideline.
Listen, I would rather, if I'm throwing the ball in the end zone, I'd rather throw it to Amari Cooper.
Than people?
Why? You can't catch the ball with your chest in the end zone. No way.
That's the truth. Unless it's a dart from 5 yards.
Oh, God. You better be like this.
Right.
No way. There you go. No way.
Unorthodox, and it works. I just feel like
It does.
I would rather throw the ball to Amari Cooper over Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I think he's getting replaced.
In the end zone. I'm just saying, if it's an end zone pass, that's who I would go with, or I would go with Njoku. But
I would go in.
I think Amari's specialty is like a 15-yard slant, like something that where he can just pop his.
And
he
just
has to
put his
show
hands right by his
He has to show his chest to the quarterback to catch the ball. That's
I've seen him catch some good passes this year with
but to get paid like he does, boy, you better put your hands up.
Are we talking about
I agree.
Triangle.
Are we talking about close to the end zone? We're talking about close to the end zone.
No,
just in general, just going to the end zone.
If we got to throw it,
if you're not in the red zone already, if it's more than 20 yards, I'm going with Peoples.
Fat.
No, I'm going with Amari.
If we going deep, if we going 40 plus, you better throw it to Peoples. On me.
Well, 40 plus, you gotta go with Peoples just for the
gotta go with
speed
people.
But
that's what I'm saying. Red zone is 20, so it's like the extra 20. You can't throw it to Amari.
Right.
I'm picking.
I just don't. I think he's getting replaced. I do. I think he's getting replaced.
I mean, he's older, so it would make sense. But
he ain't that much older. They just paid him.
I don't feel like Donovan Peoples-Jones
did just pay him.
wide receiver.
They just paid him though. Just paid him. He ain't getting older. He just.
Honestly, I feel like it's starting to become a Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard situation at the wide receiver.
Right.
No,
because Peoples-Jones just put up 21.4 for me.
They're not going to get rid of Amari because they already paid him. But if Peoples-Jones can get more touches than Amari, they're going to give him more touches because that's what they do with Tony Pollard. People be like, "Damn, did Zeke even play this game?" Yeah, he played, but he got his
same with Tony. Tony got me like 30, and Zeke had what 8.5 mouth.
Right.
But Zeke gets his touchdowns though. That's the difference. Zeke gets paid, so he's gonna get in the end zone.
Right.
But Tony Pollard's gonna put up them numbers.
And I think it's going to end up being the same way with Amari Cooper and Peoples-Jones.
Donovan Peoples-Jones is not a number one wide receiver in my opinion, but we'll see.
He's not yet.
Not yet. You took the words right out of my mouth. Not yet, but he is on the way.
Number 2, number 3 to me. I feel like
if they hold him in Cleveland, he's gonna go somewhere else, and then he's gonna prove everybody why Cleveland should have kept him.
I bet.
I think
they say he has 870 something yards on the season with only 1 touchdown.
Come on, man.
That's why I'm going with Cooper in end zone.
But they're not throwing it to him in the end zone.
Right.
Jacoby Brissett is not tossing the ball down the end zone. That was never a game all year.
He's tried.
Listen, all I know is Watson is willing to let that motherfucker go. And
they got to get some
people's gonna go get that motherfucker.
Listen, that's why I picked him up. That's the only reason I picked him up.
For me.
And I'm not mad at that.
Fuck the Browns, Cliff.
But what I will say is, and this is me, I just want to point out how wrong I was. And I'm not saying I was wrong. I was just questioning how Jamar Chase comes back from this hip injury.
Right.
Remember we talked about it. They said that this is the same injury that ended Bo Jackson's career. And I know, like we talked about, that medical advancement has come a long way since then. But I didn't expect him to come back this soon and be this productive. I will say 1,000%. He had 10 receptions, 119 yards, 20-yard long, 1 touchdown, and he looked great in that game.
Cliff, I got one thing.
Yep.
Going back to that. Britt, right now, Donovan Peoples-Jones is sitting at 751 yards for the year.
751, okay.
Amari Cooper is only sitting at 874.
Mm-hmm. You said only like it was lower, but go ahead.
Well, no,
you just said you just said he was a third string.
No, I said he's not a number 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
I said he's a 2 or a 3.
What's the touchdown?
Who you have on your team. So, for example, when we had Odell and we had Jarvis Landry, I'm putting him at the 3. That's why I say a 2 or a 3.
2 or 3?
Right.
Would you put him at an X or a Z?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know.
Well, he would X would be the slot. The Z, he would have to be.
I'm putting him in slot. He's a slot receiver. In my
the
opinion.
Z could be on the inside too.
I would put Amari in the slot.
No, I wouldn't.
I feel like
I see why you say that, but I wouldn't. He's too big.
Because it's kind of like Jarvis Landry. You feel me?
He's a slot.
He's gonna do more.
He's a slot all day.
But he has to open up. He can do all his flashy stuff, but he has to open up. And I'm telling you, from the slot, coming in to the linebackers, opening up. You feel me? Like
I know what you're saying.
I get it. But here's my thing with Peoples-Jones, and I haven't seen it yet, and this is why he's not a number 1 for me. So he lines up. He got the guy in front of him. He goes for a deep route. I've never seen him make that catch. I never seen that. I'm around him. I got a foot, on him, and I make that catch.
He almost had it. He almost had it last game.
That's the thing. It's all almost. No, I need you to be dynamic and to make it happen.
But that comes from quarterbacking as well. It comes from placement.
I'm just saying I have not seen that yet from him to be a number 1. And if you want to be a number 1 in my head, you got to be able to catch that ball. So until I see that.
Well, Browns have 3 more weeks because they already got their buys. So
Yeah, we got ours week 9.
yeah, so if they continue starting Watson, assuming nothing happens to him because he has been taking blows.
His favorite target right now is Donovan Peoples-Jones, and he might end up.
His favorite target is going to be Njoku.
And listen, he has been hitting Njoku, but what I'm saying is Watson has been going for the deep ball. He hadn't hit it yet. Once he gets his rhythm right with Peoples-Jones, I'm telling
it's
you,
over with.
I'm telling you,
Amari's gonna be like, why can't I get the? He gonna be Antonio Brown in. Why can't I get the ball? Why can't I get the ball? On me,
you're taking the words out of my mouth. You're gonna start seeing him target him more, and you're gonna see Amari Cooper
That's what
get upset.
happened when Juju Smith-Schuster came in, and Antonio Brown was sad.
That's
he was good.
It's what's happening with Elijah Moore right now in New York. He's upset that Wilson's getting hit every time, and he's like, "Nigga, I'm like, come on, like, let me prove myself."
But Young Gun over here open off gates already, so I ain't waiting for you, bro. Over here open.
Listen, I feel the same way though. I feel the same way Britt feels about Amari. Like I feel like Elijah Moore is a great wide receiver.
He is,
but behind the Garrett Wilson, you're not going to get many touches, especially with their quarterback situation in shambles.
So hold on with Garrett Wilson. That's what I was saying. Like, to me, he's a number 1 wide receiver. He's somebody that's going to make something happen. I don't feel like Donovan Peoples-Jones can make stuff happen.
Let me say this.
Everybody,
Amari Cooper was not there, and Donovan Peoples-Jones was the only one there. He would still do his numbers.
You know, right? But here's the thing.
That's not a good point.
Here's the thing, though.
The only one there. Of course, you're gonna get numbers if you have the targets.
No, here's the thing.
But he's almost matching the numbers of Amari Cooper.
I understand what you're saying.
Wide receiver.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Is this is what you have to understand with the NFL, right? NFL is going based off of standing. You hear what I'm saying? A Garrett Wilson coming out the gate is going to get more touches than a Donovan Peoples-Jones coming out the gate based off their collegiate careers. So until Donovan Peoples-Jones proves that he's on that same level, Cleveland's not going to want to target him unless the quarterback wants to target him.
And no one's going to think of him until the quarterback thinks of him.
And it's the same, exactly. And it's the same with Elijah Moore. I think that he's a great quarterback or great wide receiver, but until the quarterback chooses to trust him, he's not going to get his props in the league either because of your collegiate career. He came from what, Auburn? I might be wrong, but I think Elijah Moore came from Auburn.
If you're a solid
USC.
USC.
Wait.
He's a solid wide receiver.
Was it USC?
Is a solid wide receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a solid wide receiver. Just be a solid wide receiver. You're not a dynamic number 1.
Why can't he be, though?
But if you think in your mind that you are, you know what I'm saying? And you like, well,
you can't be.
Listen, what I bet Donovan Peoples-Jones is watching tape with the rest of the offensive group right now. Like, God damn, you don't see him catching all these passes with his numbers. You don't see me catching passes with my hands.
Man, listen,
coaches see that when a ball hits you right here and it falls to the ground. And you're
how many times have you watched basketball and seen somebody with an ugly shot, an ugly formation? It don't matter if it goes in, Lonzo Ball. It don't matter, Sean Marion, if it goes in. You get what I'm saying?
But you can't say that because they told Lonzo Ball if he didn't switch his shots, he wasn't gonna have a shot. And if you watch his recent games, his shot does not look like that anymore.
Haven't seen him. He's been injured, but
they made Steph Curry change his shot, and he came from Davidson as one of the best college shooters ever in. What do you mean? Like, he was the best shooter.
People change up stuff all the time.
We've seen ugly forms, and we let it ride because they get the job.
It works.
So
but Sean Marion also didn't get the ball on the wing that much either.
But I mean, he got his job done. So my thing is, if Amari Cooper is getting his job done, it don't matter.
I just feel like
is he really getting it done more than Donovan Peoples-Jones, though?
Huh?
But is he really getting it done more than Donovan Peoples-Jones?
Yes, because you can't name one time at any Cleveland game where Donovan Peoples-Jones has burned somebody and caught the long ball. Like when he
yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
I can't think of a play, but
maybe one time.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Think about how many passes that he's gotten that way.
I'm pretty sure his longest reception this year is 40 plus.
Okay,
I agree with that.
I'm not saying that he hasn't gotten a 40-yard pass if he's wide open. I'm saying when you got that one step ahead, when you got to really work, how many of those have Donovan Peoples-Jones caught?
How many has Amari Cooper caught? That's our point.
He's caught more than Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Our point is that if someone is on Amari Cooper, he's not catching them.
That's not true.
Yes,
I agree with that.
If somebody is one step behind each receiver, I guarantee.
But one step behind, that means you're open in the NFL.
Yes, that's my point. But how many of I'm talking about barely behind. You know, I'm not talking about
but we're talking about like basketball plays, Brett, where you got to go up with the man and be bigger than that man. Where you have to go up.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Peoples-Jones done that.
Well, wait. Let me stop this. Let me kill this right now because to that point, Darren, that's the exact reason why the Raiders let him go. Because he wasn't using his size and going up and getting the ball.
Saying. He
had too many drops. They let him go, and he went to the Browns.
He doesn't go up. He does not get off the ground.
I'm not saying that he hasn't dropped the ball. My point is he still does it better than Donovan Peoples-Jones.
For the
That's
moment,
what I'm saying.
For the moment,
he has not shown me anything.
And what you say, Cliff? He got
wait till they get that connection. Wait till Watson gets that connection.
Okay,
he went for it twice.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying at this very moment, if I had to choose, I would go with Amari Cooper. Right. I never said it. You know, he couldn't develop. I don't think he will. I think he's a 2 or a 3. But
he might end up only being a 2. But I think he has the opportunity. Like Darren said, I think he could get pulled to go to another team and have an opportunity to show out. The only other thing I noticed about that game is, did y'all see Jamar Chase get popped by Denzel Ward on that screen? On that screen. Listen, they ran
Donovan Peoples-Jones is ranked 25th in all wide receivers in the NFL. You know how many wide receivers are in the NFL? There's 32 teams. That means every team has a 1 wide receiver.
What's your point?
So he's saying
my point is that he's better than
25. He's better than
7 ones
right
in the NFL.
That's not true. Because if you guys,
yes, it is.
Hold on. Because he's probably is it based off of this year right now? Because he's probably Hold on,
it's based on this year.
He's probably ranked higher than DJ Moore, but is he better than DJ Moore? Because Baker wasn't getting on the ball.
But how are you gonna say that when he's ranked 25th?
I'm just saying.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean, I never said he didn't have his stats. You're missing
the point.
And his average reception right now, Cliff, is 14.2 per catch.
What did I? You're not listening. See, you gotta listen to what I said. I talked about a specific play that I want a number 1 wide receiver to be able to make.
Right.
And I said that he cannot do it, in my opinion.
And we said neither can Amari.
I said he does it better than him, though.
But we said Amari can't do it in general.
No, you guys say he drops passes, he catches with his chest.
No, we said he can't get big body and get that ball. That's what we said.
He's going to do it better than Peoples-Jones at this point.
Man, fuck Peoples-Jones. Fuck Amari.
Yeah, I just want to see how it goes with Deshaun. I do think that he's getting better with every game. Definitely improved from last game. So they said it in the commentation in that game. Once he opens up, he's going to be a problem. You can see he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, we just going to have to wait till next year, though.
I wish Q was here. I wanted to touch on that. Dolphins lost to the Chargers 17-23.
Was not pretty.
Chargers came to play from the jump.
They did. They did. The only good play about that from the Dolphins, they got that stop. They did get a stop on 4th and goal. And then that what you said, Mouth, that Tyreek Hill fumble recovery. 69 yards for the touchdown.
That was insane.
It was. That was crazy. But other than that, Britt summed it up. Chargers came to play. They just didn't. And I think that comes down to what we talked about on the game out. Teams are ready for playoffs. It's starting to be playoff ball. These past 2 weeks of football are going to be playoff ball. And the teams that aren't used to playing it, you're gonna see fall.
And some teams got something to play for. Some of them still not out. Some of these teams are still in the hunt.
Right.
CT's Pats is still in the hunt.
Right. No, that's definitely the truth. And then nothing really to cover. Tua threw for 35.7%, 145 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
See, sometimes I
What was
almost
his QBR? Because I know it wasn't that good.
65.3.
Lord have mercy. Fun fact, though, Tua is actually leading the league in Pro Bowl votes still.
I bet.
Up to this current.
I bet. I think
I thought that was interesting.
I think Tua is the underdog Jalen Hurts.
They weren't saying that in college, though, huh? That's the problem.
That's crazy, isn't it crazy? But I do think
it's the reverse.
I think that's crazy. I think that Jalen Hurts right now is having it where things are going right for him, and Tua is really having to roll a boulder up a hill at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
He's got more weapons.
He does. He definitely has more weapons.
Wait, who?
Tua.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say if you want to be real,
I would say Waddle and Hill are definitely an A+. I would say AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are a B+.
Right.
Whoa, a B+?
Yeah, I would drop them off that far.
I can agree.
The record says an A+.
But
the record, it's NFC AFC.
A+.
It's NFC AFC.
And it's not even just that. I mean, literally, no pun intended. Jalen Hurts has been carrying the team on his back, his legs. Miles Sanders as well. Our running game has been vicious. We ain't been doing it, bro. Week through week in passing. We'll get a couple, but it's mostly through the run game when we put up points. That's the problem. Teams can't stop our run game. So, but yeah, I mean,
with the run game, motherfuckers got to be scared of your pass game. Remember that.
No,
and that's with the quarterback as well. That does open up some things, but it really isn't too much of a difference from Tua other than willingness. Tua's not really willing to run like Jalen is. And when he does, you see him get nervous. Like, he doesn't even,
he's not with that.
He doesn't know if he wants to slide, keep going, dive. Like, you can tell he's nervous when he crosses that line.
And when they told him he shouldn't even came back, he definitely ain't finna be on that.
Man, don't listen to these motherfucking doctors. You know what your head's like.
Yeah, but if somebody tell you that, you're gonna think it for a little bit. Maybe next year he'll come back a little bit more relaxed, but for the rest of the year, he's gonna be hesitant.
Listen, I was a bang my head on the wall type of player. As long as coach says it's okay, I'm gonna go right back to banging my head on that wall.
Yeah, and you're like, Coach, we're throwing ball.
Right.
Throw me ball.
That's what I do. I bang my head. Give me somebody to bang it against.
Man.
But yeah, I think it's the same deal. If Jalen Hurts took a couple concussions like Tua did, I guarantee that motherfucker wouldn't be hard jab stepping like he usually does.
Tua was going off at the beginning of the year.
Coach Mike in the building.
What up?
Coach Mike in the building. We didn't cover them Bills. We gonna fly through them real quick because they don't even really deserve to be covered.
One of the best records in the NFL. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that game, the Jets-Bills game.
No. It was painful to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So shut the fuck up. It shouldn't have been that close, and they were having a field day at quarterback. Mike White didn't know if he wanted to stay in or go out. Joe Flacco fumbled on his first fucking snap.
Let's be clear. Did you
try to let him know?
Did you see the hit that Mike White took though?
Mm-hmm.
I thought his ribs were broken.
Let's not act like Mike White just kind of went out.
No. I'm not saying like that.
His ribs were broken.
Let him the fuck up.
No, you're right.
For sure.
You are right, and I was surprised to see him come back into it. I will say that. That gave me
up, Cliff. I said Flacco's in the game.
Listen, if Flacco, and that's another thing I'll take my licks for.
Yeah, Flacco comes in and fumbles.
Right, second fucking play, and I was saying start fucking Flacco.
I can tell you.
Start fucking Flacco, and I'm not gonna lie, I still feel like that.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't have been much different.
I still feel like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand starting Mike White because he's the younger quarterback, and it doesn't make sense to go with an old head that's going to be out of the league next season. I get it, but at the same time, it's like if y'all really trying to push for a victory, Mike White's not going to get it either.
Hold on, you know, just hold on.
Yeah, he's not going to get it either. He's just not going to get it.
And here's where I'm struggling with my dear old Bills is that we seem to be playing not to lose a lot in this back half of the season. We're not playing to win. We're playing not to lose. We've gotten way too conservative. We are getting way too, and I think some of that has been trying to protect Josh for the playoffs and other things.
That's exactly what it is.
That's why I mean, like Isaiah McKenzie had 7 drop balls in that game. Like, and I thought,
but y'all be setting him up though.
I don't give a fuck.
He's not Michael Irvin, Mike. He can't just take a catch and get a hit. Like,
now, meanwhile, Gabe Davis had several nice catches, so let's chill it on that. And he's also the league leader in yards per reception. So, like, all the hate on Gabe Davis last week is misfounded.
But
second of all,
but Gabe Davis looked like that because Isaiah McKenzie, who we praised, dropped how many balls?
No, McKenzie dropped a lot, and McKenzie has dropped a lot in the back half of the season, which he didn't do early on.
McKenzie gets set up on that slant so much.
I don't disagree, but you know what? Part of that's the route he runs.
I agree, but at the same time, they're not asking Gabe Davis to run that route. You hear what I'm saying? Because it's dangerous.
But that's because he's the deep threat on the team. Gabe Davis is the deep threat.
Right. So
that being said, both McKenzie and Knox had drops and had key drops in that game.
Knox did decent.
Dawson Knox, he stays his job.
I'm not saying he didn't do decent, and I'm not saying I would do anything about Dawson Knox. What I am saying is there were 2 first downs that he should have caught, and he didn't, and we ended up punting.
But with the Bills, for real, like you just said, it's like you're playing not to lose. But in the same way, it's like you are playing to win. Because at the same time they don't know how healthy Josh is. So if you get out there and start slinging the ball, you damn near
it's no different than a fight, than in boxing. If you win,
you might have to play defense one game. You might have to go out there swinging.
If you win enough rounds, go ahead, Mike.
No, that all being said, Josh Allen carried 6 people into the end zone on a 5-yard.
I saw that, and I don't know if it would be 6, but I saw the run.
Didn't he lower his shoulder and just truck somebody too? Wasn't that?
Yes.
It was probably that play. It was probably that play.
No, it was a play before that. Like everybody thought he was gonna slide, but he literally just dropped his shoulder and dropped.
I was proud of Josh though. He did slide twice.
Okay, so here's what I was gonna say, and we got somebody in the chat. I think this is an interesting question. But what I was going to say is it's no different than a fight. If you win enough in the beginning of the fight, you can afford to take some rounds off.
Well, and I think that's what's happening.
And that's what's going on with the Bills. They're taking rounds off. They're doing enough to win.
They have done the math.
But they're not trying to kill. Right.
They could.
It could hurt them, Britt.
They say you practice like you play. So my thing is, if they're lowering their level of play when it comes playoff time, there's a good chance that they can just go back into that.
But it's not they're lowering their level. It's just everybody else is heightening theirs.
Right.
Everybody else is just that much better than they were before.
It's starting to come.
What Mike said is true. I'm just basing it off that. I'm not saying that they are or that they aren't. I'm just basing it. What Mike says is true. They don't want to go into the playoffs with that mentality.
I agree.
Thinking they can just turn it back on. And they can't. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you 110%. That's why.
But in the division that they're in, history repeats itself. So
I get what you're saying.
The division that they're in, they're just expecting that ain't nobody else about to do nothing because they ain't never did nothing before. You know what I mean? So they're not going to beat us. They're not going to beat the Bills.
Go into it like that in the NFL.
Real quick, we got just Brandon in the chat. He said, "I'm interested in what everybody's drinking." I'm just drinking beer. I'm just a beer guy. I seen that Duce in Darren saying, I can't do liquor on a weeknight, baby. I might not be able to do liquor on a weekend.
I took a week off.
You hear what I'm saying?
6-day vacation.
Oh, well, congratulations on that. Shit.
That's
drinking wine, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's all I need. Wine is good for me.
Malcolm's
Nothing too heavy on the belly or the digestive system.
Malcolm about to tuck himself into a book on the evening and read before he falls asleep.
It's called
e-Kindle.
Eagles Fly.
It's called what?
Fly Eagles Fly to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a comic book too.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Eagles. Let's move on to the Eagles.
Yeah, let's make this quick.
And then we gonna go into the the picks and all that.
Eagles winning next.
Nah, I just want to, because it brings up some interesting points, right? Jalen Hurts throws for 67.7%, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 109.2 QBR. Also has 7 attempts rushing for 77 yards, 1 touchdown, 24 long. Still hate his fucking jab step, though. I still fucking hate that jab step. I will say that. But it brings up conversation. And I would like to ask everybody that's currently on the panel, is Jalen Hurts in y'all's MVP conversation?
I already answered that last week, Cliff.
Yeah, we did that last week.
We did that last
Absolutely.
week.
You say so?
I think he has to be.
Absolutely.
I agree with you as well, Coach Mike. But the only reason why I brought it back up is because we had that conversation about, who did you say, Micah Parsons? Who said that Patrick Mahomes would still be considered MVP. And I said that I think that that's biased based on his previous accomplishments.
Right.
Because
I think it is. I think it is biased, and I think it would be hard. I think here's the thing. Nobody expected the Eagles to be relevant this season.
right.
Well,
And without Jalen, they're not.
Well, I don't know. I said that
Well,
with
here's the thing,
this
Mike.
draft. The draft
I'm
is
not
what
sure.
changed things.
Time out, Cliff. No. Incorrect. All the above. Wrong. X, red marker, all that shit. First of all, the Eagles, let's not forget the Eagles made the playoffs last year.
Right.
yeah, they did. That's why I was like, I don't know if we
Jalen
can count them out.
Hurts. With first year Nick Sirianni. So all that shit is bullshit, Mike. That sounds stupid as fuck. The second part is Jalen Hurts has just shown that he's gotten better and better, and that he can lead his team. That's why we made the playoffs.
I don't disagree with that at all. That's kind of my point.
I'm just saying, you're watching Buffalo. You must not be watching Philly, buddy. That's all I'm saying. But
I'm giving the dude his props. I'm the one
wait,
saying.
but you just said hold on, Mike. Hold up. You just said that no one expected the Eagles to be relevant this year, correct? Did I hear that right?
Be as relevant as they are. Correct.
Okay.
We
The
thought
thing
they'd be
is,
fighting for a fucking wild card spot the same way they snuck in last year.
I agree. I didn't think we would be this good, but to say
Right.
that
That's
we
my point.
relevant, that's a stretch. That's a stretch because we already made the play.
If you say relevant means like being able to get into the playoffs, fine, I'll concede.
I mean, isn't that what's relevant? That's what people care about is who's making the playoffs.
They care who's going to make a run. We'll see.
I agree. I
also
feel
don't
like with the NFL, I feel like
I don't know.
relevancy
I don't know.
who makes the playoffs.
I
think
guess
it's about who makes the playoffs. That's what I consider
Right.
relevant.
I thought
Now, we didn't
I
think
guess
that they were going to be running like they you know
Right.
running right
That's
now.
more my point, is that
Okay,
nobody
'cause-
expected them to be where they are. Like, did we think that they
I don't-
maybe sneak in? Maybe.
No, I don't know though. I don't know. I'll just say I don't know because as much as I like to hate on Malk's Eagles, I do remember saying that I could see them making the NFC Championship just based off the draft alone and us knowing that they had the 32nd easiest.
I seem
schedule
to remember
in
us
the
also all last season talking nothing but, oh, the Lions are going to get their first win against the Eagles. The so-and-so are going to get their
I
first
didn't-
win against the Eagles. Like,
Well, I don't know about
Y'all
first
said
win.
conversation a
Y'all
lot.
said
I don't know about first win, but I
That's
said that the Lions would be the team, and it proved true. The Lions would be the team that would give all the other teams fighting for playoff spots hard runs at making them. That's what I said. I don't know about first win. I may have said that the Lions beat the Eagles, in their first meeting. I can't remember, to be honest.
But that was the context of my comment.
Right. I get what you're saying. In the
no one expected them to be as good as they are. They have come out hot and they have stayed hot.
That's what I was about to say. The comment was correct.
That happens without Jalen Hurts. How could you not consider him for MVP?
First of all, I agree. Second of all, don't sleep on my nigga Gardner Minshew. He's better than Derek Carr. That's second. Yeah, I was waiting on Darren to make it. I was waiting on Darren to.
They're good together.
But I'm just saying.
Minshew is inconsistent.
The fact that they're even in the same.
Yeah, they're together. They're together. Mustache alone beats Carr's swag. All right? I don't want to talk about gameplay because Minshew ain't played but a half a game this season, and I still don't know that your stats don't equal out to what he's been doing. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about it.
That's all that needs to be said.
Listen, but oh, they didn't get that punter the first down, Malk?
I don't know. I was with my kids.
Did you see that? Did anybody else see that? So the Giants blocked the punt in the end zone. It bounced out of the end zone, rolled around the 4 or 5 yard line. I guess it was like 4th and 20. The Eagles punter picks up and runs for a first down, gets knocked down on the first down line marker, and they didn't give him the first down.
Yeah.
He landed on the first down marker.
It was basically like turnover on downs, right?
Right.
That's what it was, right?
Hold on.
It was turnover on downs, but he got the first down, which was
as somebody that coaches, like, that can be very deceptive on the sideline. But they don't have the chains stretched during a play, etc.
Even the flag, though.
I would have gave it to him, bro.
I had to give it to him.
I'm just saying, as a coach who's been on the sidelines plenty of times and has seen like the down markers go down and thought we got a first down, when you stand those chains up and you pull them, there's another foot of slack in them.
But you also don't have, on a high school level, have that Velcro down marker on the sideline.
That doesn't move.
And that's what I'm saying. If I
he got knocked out over that.
Right, if I land with my hip on that first down marker and the ball is beyond it, how are you telling me?
Okay.
Oh, when the ball crosses the sideline.
I'm going to be honest. If the Eagles lost that game, especially because of that play, I'd be upset.
Right.
But considering the ass whooping that we gave them in their stadium in New York, I don't give a fuck what happened to the punter. I don't give a fuck about the punter.
But that's what I was so upset about, is no one would have expected the punter to pick that up and run it 20 yards for a first down.
You know what happened to the punter, Cliff? He's out for the
He got hurt. Yeah.
Off that play?
He got hurt. Yeah, he's done. He was on the cart. They had to carted him off.
Why even sign another punter? Get your fucking field goal kicker to try it out. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
That's what they did.
All I'm saying is the heart that it took. It was a Tyreek Hill situation. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to run it for a first. And the fact that he lands on the marker and you don't give the man the first.
He tried to be a hero.
I will do you one better. And Cliff, I think we've talked about this kid before, Nikhil Bell, cousin to Le'Veon, played for my squad 2012, 2013.
Right.
2013, that playoff run that we had. Horse collar tackle.
On him?
On him. As he's crossing the end line. Kid literally had to be picked up on a stretcher 3 yards into the end zone. Did not give him the touchdown.
Off of the
horse collar. His leg is shattered. He's laying in the middle of the end zone while the medics are working on him, and they don't give him the fucking touchdown. So, yes, it happens.
But see, the only difference
I'll
is...
just see if I can get Quilly to come on at some point. He can tell the story from his perspective.
Oh, I would love that. But yeah, the only difference is in a high school game, refs don't run an issue of being chastised for the call that they made.
Oh, yes, they do. We just happen to be down in Cincinnati at Kings Mills High School.
I get all that. But my whole thing is, this is live TV. We know they're going to review this and give a report of the missed calls.
Yeah, especially if it's under 2 minutes.
But big time college and NFL officials have a security escort out of the stadium back to the airport. High school officials have to walk back to their car.
Yeah, bro, Cliff.
That's an interesting
in high school, Cliff.
point.
I've seen high school refs get jumped after games.
Yeah.
No, I've seen that before.
Calls,
I've seen that before.
Your life is definitely
like
more on the line in the moment as a high school.
100%.
But
in
it's
the NFL, if you even throw a water bottle at a ref, you're getting.
But it's different though, right? Because you forget. But this is recorded in history, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Eagles call was that bad of a call, that it's that deep. I'm just saying you have more of a motivation to make sure you get the call correct.
Oh, yeah.
We see what happened to the Mets fan that caught the ball in the stadium that could have ended that. You know what I'm saying? He's still living that down. He had to change his name.
Well, the flip side of that is, as an official,
it a Mets?
It was the Giants, wasn't it?
It could have been. I can't remember.
As an official, though, you don't have that pressure anymore, especially on a spot call. Why didn't the booth review it?
Well, can the booth review it?
Spots are reviewed by the booth.
Even outside of 2 minutes?
Or it could have been challenged. So if that was the feeling, why
it could have been challenged. But to Malk's point, you won the game 48-22. Why the fuck am I going to challenge it?
True. So...
But I'm saying, if we're just
so
talking
no one
about...
cared that much, Cliff, is what I'm saying.
It's officiating, though. We've been talking about that since the beginning of this season, that it's been awful.
Terrible.
The entire officiating as a whole has almost been conspiratory. Like...
It's always been that way, though.
Not like this year.
Even
not like this year.
I disagree. I feel like
you don't think it has?
Not like this year, no.
Nope.
Not like this year.
Nope.
I've seen enough.
So why hasn't it?
I've seen enough calls go the Bills' way that I'm not going to get into this argument, because there are ones where they should not have gotten.
Listen, there's
That's
a
what I'm
lot.
saying, it's been that way forever. I feel like if
That's part of it.
Every team, if you have a golden boy on your squad, you get those calls.
So let me rephrase it then. Maybe it's not more prevalent this year so much as it's more oblivious. Like it's to the point that you're not even trying to trick us anymore.
They're just being blatant.
Yeah, you're just gonna say no.
That's like the LeBron effect. It's like the LeBron effect. You know what I mean? It's like who's there gonna call that on LeBron? Who's there going to call some on Josh Allen? Who's there going to call some on Patrick Mahomes? Who's there going to call?
Nigga, if I'm paid to call it, I would love to give LeBron a call.
I get what you're saying, but it's in the office. You got to think about.
No, yeah, you're right.
Box seats,
I think it's bigger than that, though.
You're right.
No, it comes down to money.
You're right, Darren. You are right. People are saying don't call more than a couple calls on so and so.
It slows the game down. It slows the game, especially someone like Patty Mahomes.
That's just an excuse that motherfuckers use for when the game gets slowed down in a way like that. But like Malk said, if that would have costed them the game, he would have been pissed. Not only would he have been pissed,
but now he don't care, though. That's blame.
The Philly fans would have went wild.
But Cliff, that would have been the right call, though. It wouldn't have been a fluke call.
The game is in New York, Cliff, so it wasn't.
Right, I understand that, but I'm saying, even still, the Philly fans,
Philly, New York,
Philly's not allowing that ref back in the stadium. You talking about an escort out? They would need an escort
never come back.
in.
Yeah. Say they would have, if it was in like third quarter and he would have got that, and then they would have came back, scored 2.
Right. Philly would not have a lot. They would have had to cancel a game if this ref is assigned to the job. I promise you.
He would have had to been on suspension. They would have honestly had to look into his text messages and be like, "Hey, sir."
Listen, I promise you, Philly fans would have went nutty. But yeah, Patriots Cardinals, that's not worth talking about other than Kyler Murray injured.
Bye-bye for the season.
They said on NBCSports.com, they said Kyler Murray's injury should get Lamar Jackson's attention. And I thought that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever, because Kyler Murray's already paid. So why does that have to do with
And you think that he's not
Jackson?
coming back? Like, Lamar Jackson's hurt right now, too.
Yeah. They never said, oh, Kyler Murray indefinitely out for
Right. Will never return to Arizona.
Never reserved. Like, what?
And Lamar, you're hurt right now, too. So should Kyler Murray be interested in the Ravens?
Kyler Murray.
Like, that's weird. That was weird to say by NBC Sports. I just saw that. It was like...
They hate on us, bro. They hate on us, brothers.
That's weird.
Can't do nothing right. Can't do nothing
I think
right.
the only thing I'll say, I think what they were trying to say was that, for example, okay, you're both hurt, like you said, right? Because they are, but they're hurt to different extents. Now, one of them's hurt with a bag. The other one's hurt trying to play for the bag, right? Although he's supposed to come back. So I think,
but you're looking for the bag, right? You're looking for the bag.
For the bag, or he's playing for a bigger bag. There's a difference. He ain't got to play for no bag because the bag's already there. Regardless, he just wants a bigger bag. He ain't settling.
I mean, right? I mean, that's true.
Well, my whole thing, regardless, the way I interpreted it was Kyler Murray already got the bag just last year.
Yeah, he already got the bag.
Lamar wants, like you said, a bigger bag. So you would now go to the team that already paid out the bag to
the other, like what?
Like you don't get no money. You might as well stay with the Ravens.
I'll give you this hurt quarterback for this hurt quarterback.
And they're not going.
Wait. Y'all thought they were saying Lamar going to Arizona?
No, that's what the insinuation was. Yeah. That now that Kyler Murray is injured, Lamar should look to go.
That's not what they were. That's not. Yeah, you misread.
But either way,
so why should it get their attention?
That way, why does it even matter?
Because they're just saying, Lamar, you got lucky with what you got because you're supposed to come back. You don't have the bigger bag that you want yet, though. Your injury could have been worse, such as this Kyler Murray. That happened on the third play of the game.
Not even that's weird.
Ending injury.
But Kyler Murray still got paid. So even if Lamar Jackson got paid, they would just be two highly paid hurt players.
And then so let me ask this: Do you think?
Not what they're saying. They're saying.
Do you think that the powers that be? Hold up, Darren. Do you think that the powers that be would actually be saying to Lamar Jackson, you better learn from this injury because he got paid before he got injured. You haven't gotten paid yet.
Yeah,
no, they're not saying that.
That's dumb, yeah.
I think, well, a lot of them, at least a lot of the former players, I've heard a few of them talk about it.
This is NBC Sports, first of all. This is NBC Sports.
Hold on, though. Like, if the point to be made is Kyler's set because he got paid, Lamar is not set. Why would you putting your body on the line and not have that guarantee?
But my whole thing is
that they try to compare them.
My whole thing is the like why use the powers that be, the system that exploits the player. Why would they give them a hint to say you probably should have got over on us before you got injured?
NBC doesn't really have any NFL contracts.
You are correct there. You are correct there. But still, it's weird.
Are they trying to say that Lamar, you're hurt now, you might not get the bag?
I think they're implying that
that's interesting.
You can have a season-ending injury. I don't think they're referring to Kyle Murray's bag. I think they're.
But why should that get Lamar's attention, though?
Yeah,
that was the title.
He have to be?
At the end of the day, he could have signed a contract with the Ravens.
Oh, now that makes sense. Britt just got it to me. So listen, let me retract for my audio listeners. So the powers that be are saying, see now, motherfucker, you should have accepted what you could have had before you got an injury, as opposed to holding out. Now Kyler Murray's situation should get your attention because he accepted it. And now he's hurt and he's still getting paid.
But Kyler Murray didn't accept that makes more sense. Though he didn't accept first offer.
You're correct, but he also wasn't hurt either.
If you think,
but I'm saying if they gave Lamar what he wanted from the jump, you think he would have just said, "No, I don't want it." They were trying to short him.
I agree.
That's
with
the
that.
That's the problem with getting into a negotiation battle, though. You might lose.
That's the
It
problem.
might be out of your.
But the thing with someone like Lamar Jackson, if he comes back, if they say that his injury isn't as bad as they say it is, if he comes back, that man has the power is in his hands.
And it will be. And
Right,
he'll
but
end
that's
up.
the whole point of the statement. The
If
point
he
of the
comes
statement
back.
is the
Right.
leverage is with him coming back. If
He is
if he
gonna
has
come
a
back.
season-ending injury,
Oh, he'll be back. He's only
I think he'll be
25.
Back.
I think he will be back, and I think he's going to perform. I think he's going to get his money. But I'm just saying, I think the point of whoever made this statement was, if you do,
They
get-
could have worded it a little better. They didn't have to.
No, I think with what Britt said, they worded it correct.
But that's the beauty of interpretation, because I personally got it from the jump. Like, I personally understood it because it was on
You
ESPN.
understood that they were rubbing the
Maybe I
injury in
just
his
don't like when
face.
people be
The
pocket
way-
watching.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, interpretation. You guys heard it this way from this NBC. I heard it already on Undisputed or First Take already. But I understood the point
yeah.
that, like, Brittany.
They gave it to you in a different way though.
I mean, or I understood it in a different way. That's again.
That's really what it is. Is see, nigga, you should have took the deal. That's what the title of the
In
article
simple
should
words,
have
like,
been.
nigga, you should have took the 200
See,
mil.
nigga, you should have took the deal we offered.
It's kind of like remember was it last year? What's the one dude Schroeder played basketball was playing?
Yeah,
with
Dennis Schroeder. He turned down the 70
Oh
mil
my
and only
God.
had
He-
9.
he had
But
the
wait
worst-
though,
He
because
tried to get more than what he was worth.
But
That's
wait
the
though,
No.
because I said that, and that actually worked in his favor because he did take the pay cut going to the Celtics. But then what people don't understand is he got a little bump. He went to where before he came to the Lakers? He got traded
Wait.
somewhere else before he came to the Lakers. He didn't come from the Lakers from the
They only
Celtics,
gave
I
him
don't
like
believe.
$1 million. He was only playing for like $1 million or two.
Fuck that. It's
But
the NFL.
the bottom line is he still got more than what they offered him originally.
I don't think so.
He got more than 70?
No, he didn't.
Hell no,
No,
he
he
didn't
didn't.
get more than 70.
If we brought him back,
They
on something,
offered him
we
No,
don't
they
have cash.
offered him
50 million.
70. He got
Yeah.
he got less than 20.
Was
don't
that
have
what he was
cash.
asking? Was 70?
He's sad.
No, they
offered him 70.
like
he said
50
no.
million.
Right, and then the Boston picked him up for like
two.
3.5 or something. And then he went to, I thought he went somewhere else before he went to the
He
Lakers.
didn't. He ain't
At
got
the end
that
of the
money.
day, I
He
think
ain't
what
got
they were
that.
trying to say is, again, you got the injury. If you would have tore your ACL like Kyler Murray and you're wanting that bigger bag, you definitely weren't going to get that bigger bag if you tore your ACL that they were going to say, okay, let's pay the man now.
Well, see, this is what I think though. If I'm being 100% honest, I think this is God. First of all, I would like to point out that this is another reason why you can't get no bag when your mama is the manager. You're not included in the fraternity.
like we talked about. Yeah.
You're not included in the fraternity. They're not going to respect you as such. So you're not going to get just as big as a bag as Kyler Murray, who has a manager in the fraternity.
House or somebody.
As
But y'all
opposed to
don't
wait
look- y'all don't-
wait though, Darren. As opposed to Lamar Jackson, who has his mama. Secondly, Lamar Jackson is only supposed to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Yes, it's a season-ending injury because we know there's only 3 weeks left in the season. But look, Kyler Murray is going to be out longer. So I say it's God because he basically just showed you their true hand. They didn't plan on paying you in the beginning. Now they're releasing
Right.
articles about why you should have took the money. So when you don't
Yeah.
and you choose to come back
That's what
to
I'm
an Atlanta
thinking. I just
Falcons
think
or a
it's funny that,
49ers,
like, that's even a conversation.
you may get your bag.
I think that just to kind of go off of what you said, Cliff. One, just because something's been done a certain way since the beginning of time doesn't mean you shouldn't change it. So, but with his mom being his manager, that's the person he trusts the most. That's the person that helps.
No,
him
it
get to
should
where
be.
where he is.
I agree.
They have the opportunity to change things because
I
of
actually
his talent,
respect that
and
so
it's a change
I do
of
too.
it's a power
Change
shift.
of guard.
Whereas it's a power shift.
Mhm.
Whereas before, okay, the power was always in the hands of the people that were in the boys' club, but now you gotta pay the talent. You gotta go with where the talent says they want their power to be. And then on the flip side of that, I do think he's going to get paid. I think he's going to get paid whether he is with the Ravens or not, because he deserves it, and he's shown and he's proven himself time after
Cliff,
time.
it goes back to when I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is a revolution player like LeBron James or anything like that, but it's kind of like LeBron James when he came in with Rich Paul. He wasn't changing his mind. You know what I mean? And you just got to think about everything that Rich Paul has done since that day that everybody said it was not going to happen. If Lamar Jackson, mama, get Lamar Jackson this contract, you know how many people are going to hit up her phone?
Two things. Rich Paul, and I'm not sexist by any means. By any means, but let's keep it
Sounds
one.
sexist.
Beyond
You gotta make that
sexist.
statement.
Beyond
Let's keep-
sexist,
yeah.
it took
Let's
LeBron
I got
to
a lot of
allow
black
Rich
friends.
Paul in there.
They're not, like Cliff said, the fraternity boys, the Proud Boys are not sitting down with a woman. They're not going to sit down with a woman 9 times out of 10, especially a black woman.
But I get
Probably
that. But it's Lamar Jackson.
No. But Lamar Jackson is not LeBron James. It's not at all LeBron
That's-
James.
but
LeBron
I'm
James,
saying-
listen, LeBron James can say, I don't give a fuck what y'all got in y'all's fraternity. Rich Paul is my manager. Period.
Okay,
That's it.
I
That's
get
all.
that. But
Lamar
what would
can't
you
say
rank
that.
Lamar Jackson. What would you rank Lamar Jackson in the NFL?
Well,
Right
before
now.
we even get into that, the NFL is controlled by the owners. The NBA is controlled by the players. Those are two different things.
But at the time, it was not controlled by the players. It was not.
What, the NBA?
The NBA was not
Right,
controlled
but
by
when
the
you
players
have
at
the
time.
unicorn, the one unicorn of a generation being LeBron James, Lamar Jackson, although he was a one-time Heisman, almost two-time, he wasn't a unicorn. He was not a unicorn in football. They were trying to change him to a wide receiver. And it took Lamar and his mom saying, no, he's a quarterback. So that tells you right now he's not a unicorn. LeBron
But
James
he's proven to us that he's a
LeBron James
quarterback.
could play any position he wanted to play when he walked in the league. And any coach in the league would allow him to do so. It's not the same
Cliff,
with Lamar.
what you just said, they wanted him to change to a wide receiver, so that means he's good enough to be a wide receiver. But he has showed us that he's good enough to be a quarterback.
He showed us.
So why? So
The
why
viewers,
can't
not
he-
the fraternity.
Okay, but we as the people know that he's good enough. The
We as the
fraternity,
people
bro,
don't matter.
But I get what you're saying, but sometimes the skill matters.
Hold on,
I
Darren.
agree.
No,
Thing, though, Lamar-
I think Darren is right though, in the sense of the skill matters. And what you guys are saying is like, okay, they don't want to talk to his mom, which is probably
Regardless how
true,
good
but
he is. Like
somebody has to talk to his mom because you don't just let a talent like that sit.
Right.
You
like
get
that
what I'm
go.
saying?
Like where's
So
he gonna go?
That is where
I see it.
they're trailblazers.
49ers or the Falcons. Those are the two places.
I'm going to argue the point here. Lamar, if you look at his stats this year, is not a top 20 quarterback.
But
Whoa.
look at his team.
Whoa. Well,
That's
I'm
the thing,
saying-
look at his
I'm
team.
saying if you look at the
And
stats,
you
Right.
just said right now that Lamar Jackson, I
He's
would
a
take
top
Lamar
20
Jackson
I
over
specifically
Josh
said
Allen.
I
stats.
heard you, Mike. I got you.
Oh, you
but
go
he's a
for
top
it. Go
20
for it. You win that battle? No, because Josh is beating Lamar head to head every time. So that's a dumb argument. I do agree
But
on that.
look at the teams though. Put Lamar Jackson on the Bills. You saying that he wouldn't?
No,
even
we
be
had that.
better?
We've had that conversation before, and I do say
They would
do
be
remember
better
me
than the
saying
Bills right now.
Josh Allen couldn't do what he
Man,
did
listen.
in
If,
the Ravens.
if they
did.
paid, if somebody paid Deshaun Watson $250 million,
Browns don't
Somebody
count.
paying Lamar Jackson $270.
somebody has to pay that man.
And that's what I said too. That's probably
Point blank.
what him and his mama is saying. I
And
haven't
Cliff, what
gotten
I
in
said
trouble.
last-
I'm
the
worth
Texans.
more than him.
Texans.
If
That's what
he
I
can
said
find
last game.
his-
The
if
Texans,
he
they're
can
going to pay
find his
that man.
team, Deshaun
No.
Watson can find his team.
No, it's either going to be the
It would
Falcons
make
or the
sense.
49ers. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying
It would
it's
just
a
have
lot
to
of
make
options
sense where
out
the
there.
money is. The Falcons have too much money to hand out. Too much money to hand out unless they let everybody go.
It's going to be the
For
Falcons
Lamar?
or the 49ers. Everybody's young on the Falcons. They just gave
You could take the
Mariota
49ers
a
out.
decent contract, but it's not enough to where you wouldn't pay somebody else more.
George Kittle could be up for a contract. Debo. Everybody just could be up
I
for
thought
a
Debo just
contract within
signed.
the next 5.
Debo
But I'm
just
saying
got
within the
hurt.
next 5 years, you got to do 5 years though. In the NFL, you only can do 5-year contract. Like not only, but that nobody's going over that.
I know what you're
So
saying.
Patrick Mahomes' contract is a 10-year contract.
But that's because no one wants. Come on, Malk.
Yeah, they're locking him in. They're locking him
They
in.
gave him a
but
baseball
But
contract.
it's
bro.
open 5.
but they gave him a baseball
Somebody's
contract.
gonna pay
because
Lamar. I
you
feel
only-
strongly
No,
about
somebody
it.
You
is
only get
definitely
people
going
like
Somebody
to.
gonna pay him, and in the midst of them paying, they're gonna have to talk to his mama about
It
it.
is going
That's-
to be
period.
somebody will pick him up, but it will not
Period.
be a long-term deal. It'll be a
Right.
2-year, 3-year deal tops.
But that's
I agree
cool,
with that
though.
too,
As
because
long
he
as
hadn't
he
made it out of a season in
as
how
long as
long?
he gets what he's worth, that's
He
cool.
wants his money. That's all he wants.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares about how long I'm here, but if you give me my
Well, let's get into these pick'ems,
That
and we
does
about
matter.
to.
Multi-year versus like talking a 4 or 5-year deal versus a 2 or 3-year deal is very different.
And then your bonuses are different too. It's based off of your percentage. Like they can't give you a 4,000 yard season for an additional 20 mil if you're only getting. You're on mute or something, Darren.
Your headset cut out. Man.
Darren. Yeah, you're
That's
muted.
cool.
Nope, still out.
It's the CBS headset.
Yep, they said the powers that be that we talking about said shut the fuck up.
Can't even say nothing back. We should all talk shit about it.
You don't got a switch on your cord? I got
I
it
got
like
a mic
a
also.
I got like a cord switch.
Might be the last of that headset.
We need to take a
It
poll
can't
on
be.
that. Does Deshaun Watson get paid? Yes or no?
That's Deshaun Watson.
Does he get
I'm
paid?
sorry, not Deshaun
Lamar
Watson. Does
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson get
Yeah,
paid?
he gets paid.
Okay.
That's not a question.
Well,
He
somebody
will get
pick
paid.
him up, but it'll
Yeah.
be a short-term deal.
I don't know, man.
I think pending. I think
don't
that's
know.
pending.
I'm giving him. I think he's gonna get what he wants.
I think
Whatever that
eventually
is.
he will.
Well,
Whatever
and
that-
again, it depends. I don't know the details of what he like. Has he said what it is that he wants in terms of
No.
money?
Nobody said nothing.
Then it depends on what he wants. If he wants a big money short term deal, probably. If he wants a long term deal that is more lucrative in the long run, it's hard to pay a quarterback that is a dual threat like that. And I would say the same thing about Josh. Like that's not a
Right.
guarantee in terms of them making it through.
Right. All right, we gonna go into these pick'ems. Darren, damn, you still ain't got your shit right. Look,
Why don't he just do it off his phone or his whatever device he's on instead of the headset?
yeah, did your laptop have a mic? He said, yeah, hold on. I read lips, motherfucker. Fuck.
Well, he can circle back. We can start the pick'ems off.
I ain't never had a deaf girlfriend, but I read lips, motherfucker. Use them.
Let's start with your Raiders.
Nah, okay. Ladies, yeah. Pats Raiders. Let's start that off.
Where CT go?
He's been off here.
I know what CT was going to say. Let me put his pick in for that one game.
I want these picks read off on the show, or they don't count. I'm not
Why is
getting
that, Mike?
screwed over.
Listen, it's all right.
I'm not getting screwed over by a late round. Oh, they said this after the
That's
show.
your fault.
Kickoff.
You're right. We need something solid.
It's all right. I'm taking all of it down. I got them all written. Only one Mike is talking about is that one, and it was my fault. I didn't enter it when I should have.
I think we got to start.
But for everybody, I did win the pick'ems last week, so right now that
Bro,
we got to start
it
with
was
the
there it is.
Hold on,
my girl turned
Cliff.
on her phone and she took my.
That's what you get for linking devices. I'm going Pats 3 in the Raiders Pats game.
Hold on, Cliff. I was saying
I might want to
I
go
think,
10. Go ahead, Britt.
from here on out, because we are getting so close to playoffs, I think we got to start saying, like, if there's possible playoff possibilities for the teams when we do the pick'ems.
As far as the
That's
picks,
because that's going to play a role in my opinion. Like if
I can see what you okay.
like if they're both playoff contenders, or if only one of them is a playoff contender.
Okay, so Patriots are currently sitting at 7-6. Raiders are 5-8 for anybody on that.
So they both have a chance at the playoffs right now, right?
If that's what you want to say.
I don't think you guys have been ruled out.
If that's what you want to call it.
Nobody is really ruled out.
No, they got Broncos.
Except for the
ruled out.
Rams. The Rams
Yeah,
are
Broncos
the
are
Rams,
out of there.
Houston.
Is it
ruled
Rams and
out.
Bronco?
Yeah, Houston, the Texans.
Yeah,
They're
Rams, Broncos, and
Probably the
Texans.
Commanders.
No, Commanders
No,
got
Commanders are still in there.
Yeah, they got.
Then that means that those are probably the only squads because everybody else got a.
I think it's only the three right now officially.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns is
I'm
ruled
looking
out.
at it.
Yeah, the Browns. We're right there to where it's like unless everybody else loses, we're done.
Texans, Broncos, and Bears are the only three teams that have been eliminated.
Oh, Bears.
Okay.
Who did we say? We said Texans, Broncos, and
Texas, Denver.
Oh, there's some
Yeah.
Saturday games this week.
oh no, the
Texans.
Bears were the third team that we couldn't. Okay, so that
Denver
makes
is
sense.
not ruled out.
No, it's Denver, Texas,
Texans
and
and Bears.
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
We
Oh shit.
yeah.
So Pats Raiders, who y'all got? I got Pats 3. I'm wanting to lean
Pats.
10, but
That's
Six.
I'll take that stand.
see, I think I'm gonna go 10 because I've been wanting. Yeah,
I got-
I'm going 10.
I got Pats by 14 because regardless of who they put as quarterback, they're gonna roll.
Pats 14.
And this is hard. I feel like the performance last week by Carr. I feel like he can't come out and do that again.
But how many games in and out has he been coming up and doing the same
That
shit?
was like that. He ain't played that bad. Stats.
And you also got to
Nah,
say
yeah.
how many times can Devontae Adams not have a phenomenal game?
Well, he only
Well,
had
he did have a
77
phenomenal
last
game
game.
last week.
Yeah, he only had
No, that's what I'm
77.
saying. How many games in a row can he have without having a phenomenal?
Oh, okay, I see what you said. 71 is what he had. 3 receptions, 71.
Are they in
yards.
Las
That's not
Vegas
that
or are
bad
they
for
in Foxborough?
three receptions.
No,
That's
it's not,
that bad.
but yeah, nah.
Where are they?
They're in Vegas.
I'm gonna go with.
That's good.
Allegiant
3
Stadium.
receptions, 71
I'm a-
yards.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Ooh, Raiders what?
Raiders 7.
Ooh, Raiders 7. What you got, Mal?
Ooh.
I had Pats by 6.
Pat 6. All
You
right.
know what, Cliff? I'm rolling with your squad, bro. Change me up.
You going with the Raiders?
I'm going with the Raiders by a touchdown.
Raiders 7.
Sure.
Okay.
The Raiders 7.
All right.
I just feel like Devontae Adams, like you said, if he get the ball, is what he does after, and I just feel like he about to chew the Pats up.
Pat's got one of the number 1 defenses in the league right now. I don't see that happening. But
You'll have to see.
Thursday night game, 49ers Seahawks. I thought that was an interesting game.
Ooh, I feel
All
like
right,
the
Geno Smith
Irish-
versus Purdy.
That's an interesting
Why you-
game.
Tell me why you think that's so interesting.
Just because the Seahawks are still fighting. They're definitely still fighting. And the 49ers are dealing with a quarterback situation. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy didn't have a bad game last game at all. I just don't know. I don't know if he has enough to get through rough waters. And I can see him
But do
going
you
through
think-
rough waters with Seattle. Especially
Do you think
in
Seattle has
Seattle.
enough to outscore them? You think Seattle has enough to outscore them?
Yeah, with Geno Smith, yeah, I do.
I think the 49ers
Who
D is
else?
gonna be the difference maker.
Yeah, who else? Geno Smith and who? Tyler Lockett?
Definitely not.
I'm going 49ers by 10, though.
Good win.
49ers by at least 2 touchdowns. I'm going 49ers by
49ers 14.
I'm
It damn-
copying about
They
the
might
49ers 10.
Okay.
Take the upset here. Seahawks 3.
Ooh.
What's the spread? You might
Hey,
know.
what's the 49ers?
No, I don't know the actual
What's
spread.
the 49ers record?
A 9
Let me see what the actual spread is.
They're
They're 9
what?
and 4, Brett.
What are they, Malcolm?
9 and
9
4.
and 4.
Oh, okay.
Seahawks are 7 and 6.
Who did you say, Mal? You said 49ers, but 10.
The
okay.
spread for the Seahawks game is only 3.
I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna go like we think it is.
Well,
That's-
go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say the vast majority of spreads are usually between 3 and 5 points.
But
Especially-
it's just crazy how they're saying the Seahawks are
Well, the Niners have one of the top defenses in the league, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy how they're saying that it's going to be that close of a game.
Well, but hold on.
They're usually right.
I'm pretty sure. No, but the highest spread this year was the Bills game, and I'm pretty sure it was 14.5 when they were playing. I forgot who they were playing, but that's the highest it's got this year.
Probably the Raiders.
Bills ain't played the Raiders.
I don't remember who they played, but the Bills had the highest spread this year.
So
I think
49ers and Seahawks are all but separated by a game right now. So
I'm
if the
going
Seahawks
Seahawks
were to
7.
knock them off, it'd be 8-6, and 49ers would be 8-5.
Well, no, they'd be 9-5.
9-5, sorry. No, Seahawks are 7-6 right now, so they would be 8-6 versus 8-5 if the Seahawks knock off.
Well, no, Mike.
9-5. You're right. 9-5. Sorry.
Yeah. You're good. Yeah,
but they'd only have a game between them at that.
It'd be close. It would be close. Not a cliff. Yeah, y'all said it that way.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks 7 on that. I ain't playing
49ers just because if they, no matter who loses that game, they still got a chance at the playoffs. So I'm going with the better team.
Browns
6.
Browns.
I'm going with the Browns.
Browns 8.
I think Browns.
Aaron said Browns
13.
10. Malk said
Browns
Ravens
10.
6.
Browns 13.
Britt said Browns 13. Excuse me. Shit. Who you got, Coach?
Browns by 3.
Browns 3.
Can we just talk about this real fast, though? If the Bengals lose their next 3 games, not saying that they will,
That's
but
not
if
gonna happen, but
you gotta know who they're playing, though.
They got Bucks next. That's on the list.
They got the Bucks next, and somehow
very
Tom
beatable.
Brady.
Very beatable.
Definitely. I'm
But,
going Bengals 6.
but they
on
are
that.
very beatable. But Tom Brady is also very comebackable.
Okay.
They have the Patriots, so they have to put up points to get the
They
Patriots.
can beat the Patriots.
I got Cliff. To your point, I called out.
Wait a minute, Darren. What are you trying to? What's your point? You want
They
them
have the
to
Bucks,
next-
Patriots, Bills, and Ravens. They have to win all of those.
Ravens is a
for the
dub.
Browns to be out.
Bucks can be a dub.
But I don't feel.
Oh, they play the Ravens January 8th, so you don't
What's
know
that
if it's
mean?
going to be a double.
Nah, it's still
I'm
Tyler
going
Huntley.
Vegas.
Lamar's out. And
I'm
Tyler
going Vegas.
Huntley's
But what
on
is-
concussion
But
protocol.
what does that mean? That just gives him more games to play. I'm saying get his legs under him. By January 8th, you don't know how that means.
Tyler Huntley's
minute,
on
Darren,
concussion
what's your
protocol
point,
from
though?
last
What are
game,
you
so he's going
trying
to
to
at
say?
least miss next week.
What are you trying to say, though, Darren? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. You
I
trying
just-
to say that there's a chance that they're going to lose their next?
I mean, they haven't been ruled out, so there's a reason why they haven't been ruled out.
Listen, like I said, Tyler Huntley's on concussion protocol. So
But I'm saying there's only 3 teams in the league that are ruled out, and the Browns.
Oh
are not.
wait! He's on concussion protocol.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
hoping that the Browns come?
I'm
the
not
bottom?
hoping. I'm just telling you what has to happen for it to happen. I
I'm
didn't say
going
it
Browns.
will. I'm just
Browns
saying what
by,
has
Oh,
to happen.
okay. Yeah, that's not going to
Brown 7.
You don't know.
And let me
You can't
double
say that.
check because I don't want to
Honestly,
change.
Hold on. Why? I'm tired of you being.
I don't wanna
fake
change
Browns.
ya.
We can't do that. Like
I'm a
real
Browns
Browns
fan, but
We
I'm
ain't doing that.
realistic. You want me
We're
to
not doing
put
that.
on rose?
But a
colored
realistic
glasses for the
fan ain't
Browns?
about to be like, no, I ain't rolling with my squad this year because.
You want me to sit there and say that the Bengals are about to lose 3 games straight? They're not.
But that's what real fans do.
So
That's
he,
what
he participated in practice today.
Darren, hello. I don't know if you know this about me, but
Darren, I'm a Lakers fan, but I know right now we ain't finna win no 3.
But you also know you have LeBron and AD, and the season ain't over.
So here's
And
what
I
it
know-
says, Malk. It says Tyler Huntley able to practice as Ravens gear up for the Browns. So it's not. We don't know. So I
It
don't
ain't
know
over.
if you
Wait,
want me to
Tyler
change.
J.K. Dobbins is hurt, and so I don't.
I thought JK was
I thought
back.
he just came back.
Yeah, he went off last
He
game.
scored last week.
He
scored
went
what do
off
you
last
mean?
game. JK
Yeah, he
Dobbins.
went
Matter of
crazy.
fact, I got JK
Check him
Dobbins
out.
had
Cliff, did you say that?
15
Tyler
attempts
Hunt- are
for
you
120 yards, 8-point average, and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he went off last week. Were you referring to Tyler Huntley or were you referring to
No.
Lamar?
No,
Tyler Huntley.
Okay.
Tyler Huntley got hit, and they said something about concussion protocol in the game. I just don't know if it was like actually applied. It clearly
Well,
couldn't have been
they're
because
just
you
crazy
have to
on
miss
that
a
right
week,
now.
right?
No, you don't.
Not
They have to
necessarily.
take you out of the game. If they see, if your head now after that Tua, the rule is if you have show any signs of like
Right.
losing motion of any
Right.
sort, no matter even if you just took a hard hit, you got to come out of the game. You know what I mean? So, it's
But I
like
thought
now
if
they're
it's
just not taking it
confirmed,
lightly.
you have to miss a week.
If it's confirmed,
But going into protocol doesn't mean it's confirmed.
Okay.
protocol does mean it's confirmed. You have to be 5 days symptom.
But I thought protocol means that that's when you're going until.
So that would mean that he couldn't have been in concussion protocol then, because if
'Cause
they're
he's
allowing him back to
Already
practice,
back.
Yeah.
He's already back. It was determined not to be a concussion.
so it was probably a situation where he was like, "Nah, my head cool."
Yeah. He probably smacked his head super hard on the.
Oh, he
curb,
did.
like,
He
taking
got
off.
smacked.
Yeah.
I remember the play that happened.
And now they're just not playing no games after that Tua thing.
Yeah.
So you staying with the Ravens or the Browns, Mount?
I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I'll go with the Ravens and the upset. What did I say? I had them.
Ravens 6.
Oh, Malcolm, can you just like roll it up?
I can't believe it. I just can't trust in y'all. Deshaun Watson still trying to get his situation back.
He went for almost 300 yards. It's just gonna get better.
So okay, so Bengals Bucks. I got Bengals 6. What y'all got? We got 4 more. and
It's
we
so
out.
hard to bet. against Tom
Didn't the
Brady
Bucks
no
take an
matter
ass
what.
whooping last week?
Yes, but it's Tom Brady. It's
Jizzy
hard.
from the block been fucking Brady up.
I feel like Brady is not going to do 2 games bad, but I also feel
That's
like
what I'm saying. It's hard.
Brady
Bengals-
losing because he didn't get a strong black woman.
Bengals 10. Cliff.
He with
And
that
AD
new young
undertapping
white.
his
He with
ex.
that new young white model.
Who you talking
Can't
about?
think of her name.
What'd
What'd you say, Mal? Bengals what?
Bengals 10.
Bengals 10. Yeah, he got a little model thing. I thought he was
Who
gonna get a
does?
nice young strong
Tom Brady.
black woman.
Tom Brady got a new woman
Mhm.
already?
Well, it's
Come on,
not.
man.
I don't
It's
know
Tom
if it's
Brady.
his woman, but
Allegedly.
right. I can't
If
think of her
Diddy got
name.
5, Tom Brady at least gonna have 3 of them.
Listen.
Tom Brady better. Yeah, Tom Brady need to live his best life like on his Tiger Woods.
That's what I thought. I
That's what I
thought Tom
thought he was
Brady
gonna
got
get
married
a
way
nice-
too soon.
Well, that's-
He
you
got
can't
He
married
didn't
way
Never
want
too
to
mind.
get. He shouldn't even want to get back into that because I know she was probably in his ear. letting him
Bengals
know.
6.
And
Mark
she
is
was
stupid.
in his pocket.
Stupid.
In his
She
pocket.
got her
and
own
his
money.
ear.
She wasn't in his pocket.
Yeah, she was in his pocket.
Oh no,
She got more
Giselle
money
had her
too.
own shit.
She
She
does
said,
got her
"I
own
don't
bread.
even need you. Freeze the bank
She got
accounts.
more
I'm
money than
flying
him.
to
How was
Cabo
she in his
myself."
pocket?
You think she
Oh,
got
man.
more money than Tom Brady?
Yes.
Hell yeah,
Look it
Hell
up.
You think she
yeah.
got more money than Tom
Look
Brady?
it up.
hell
Derek.
yeah.
Look it up. She has more money. than
Yes, she was the #1 supermodel in the wide for years.
Her
him.
net
She worth
worth,
like
Darren,
250
her
million.
net worth is 400 million.
Oh my bad, I was short.
Yeah, she definitely was the breadwinner. That's why I
They
said
also
Brady
had-
should
I didn't even
argue
know
for
what to do with all
custody,
that money.
How
and
much did you say hers was?
get child support on her
Yeah.
Like
motherfucking ass.
250 million or something like that.
Yeah, hers is 4 times is 250.
Yeah. Oh my bad. My bad, Tom. Yeah, you know.
Go ahead, Mike. What were you
Oh,
saying?
Tom might have to move some money real quick.
It don't matter. 'cause
For what?
they had Ironclad.
They already settled.
anyways. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
did
already
they?
settled.
Oh, okay.
They settled for
Already, you know,
nothing.
she getting her back broke in by her friend.
Jujitsu joint. Pretty stupid.
In me
man.
up.
Y'all really think she
She's
like that?
stupid.
Y'all really think she look good like that?
I don't. I feel like
I mean,
it
she's
worked for
attractive
Tom. I don't
for
feel like
a
it cared. Like,
older-
what does it care?
Woman, but
I don't feel like it matters what we think.
I would hit if that's what you're asking. Yes, I would.
Listen,
That's
The
factual.
bag.
Listen, I'm saying with or without the bag, yes, I would.
Oh, you
But,
tripping?
but
She reminded me of one of my school teachers. You tripping?
with or without the bag, I'd hit.
where you go to school? Because
right?
I went to the same school Malcolm went. Malcolm, we had
Wasn't
teachers
no
that look like
What
that.
supermodel.
school
Oh,
teacher
yeah,
was
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Mount?
Huh?
Miss Townsend.
Oh,
Could
you
you
dropping
hit
that
any day?
bullshit.
I'm dropping names.
You said Miss Townsend.
Miss Townsend got in trouble for sleeping.
Oh
with
no,
Miss
that
Gillis.
does not look like no. Just she looks nothing like Giselle.
No, but I'm just saying we had good looking teachers that could get hit.
Right.
Bengals,
Yeah,
Bucks.
We already. I thought who didn't give.
We
their
already
pick?
went there.
I'm
Bengals.
going. Listen,
Britton, you,
this
Darren.
is against my what I want, but I'm going Bengals. I'm sorry, I'm going Bucks 3.
Bucks 3. I don't put that.
Yeah,
Against
I'm going Bucks 3, just because I think their pass defense. Joe Mixon ain't really showed up.
He had a decent game last game.
I believe in Joe. I think Joe's the man.
Okay, Dolphins, Bills.
Go ahead, Mike.
I got the Dolphins.
I'm going Bills 6.
Bills 10.
I'm going Bills too. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
Where's it at?
It's in Buffalo.
Oh.
Oh, you said 2.
Bills,
I put 3.
Bills are definitely going to win that game just because of the weather.
Not even that. It's
The
just
problem is that the Bills do not play well in Buffalo in the cold. We don't. We're not built for the cold. The offense is not built for the cold.
That's tough.
But you got to think
That's
about
not
where all
Miami.
those players. You got to think where all those players came from.
And who you
Miami,
say, Darren? You
Miami.
said Buffalo what?
They came from the cold, so I thought that they'd be able to play in the cold.
Darren, you said Buffalo who? What?
I didn't say anything yet.
I thought you did. I thought
but-
you said Buffalo.
No.
oh, I said Buffalo 10. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, Buffalo 10.
I'm
I was
going
just asking
Miami.
where they were.
Miami 6.
I got Miami by a touchdown because I just feel like when it comes down to them weapons they got, Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie gonna really have to show out to win that game.
I think they can. Xavier Ward ain't been the best this year.
They can, but they gonna have to.
We lost that game because of special teams earlier in the season. So.
Okay, I got an easy one and 2 hard ones, and we out of here on these. Eagles, Bears for the easy.
Bears.
I got the Bears.
Eagles 20.
Eagles 20.
Eagles 17.
That's what I had too.
Okay. I was going Eagles. I'm going Eagles 10.
You cut out again, Darren, if you're talking.
Yep, your girl's on your phone again. On your
Going
Bluetooth.
Eagles 10. You
Aaron,
said
don't
Bears.
be so controlling. Don't connect your phone to your girl's phone.
Right. What the heck?
Jesus, let her live.
Right.
He want
I'm
to see
messing-
whose
I'm messing
DMs is coming. He want to see whose DMs is coming in, Brett.
Yeah, I gotta get the messages first. I gotta get the messages first.
Right.
Well, right now while while Darren is figuring that out, we'll go Lions Jets.
Oh, this is a hard one. I've been thinking about
Lions.
this game.
Lions 7.
You took my fucking pick.
Hey, this is a hard one. I've been thinking about this game all week
You took my pick.
because I don't know how. I feel like this game can go either way. I really don't know how it can go. I feel like the Lions could pull. I'm going Lions. Lions 7.
Lions 7. We got 3 7s. That's a motherfucking lucky jackpot there. Darren, I heard you. What you got for the Bears Eagles?
I got Eagles by 17.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Eagles by 20, 22.
Eagles 22. Okay. I thought I heard Bears at first, so you giving them one more than a
Trolling.
score.
I was playing.
Okay. Lions Jets. Who you got? Coach Mike and Darren.
I got Lions by 10.
Lions 10.
Lions by 7.
Ooh, 4. Where is betting when you need it?
These are the type of games that the Lions show out, though.
I agree.
That's so. I mean, I know Wilson's supposed to be back, but I don't know, man.
Last
Even
game.
if he is back.
Right.
He ain't got the chemistry.
Last game, Falcons Saints.
Falcons Saints. I gotta go with I don't know what the
Falcons.
Saints are doing. What are the Saints?
That's a
doing?
But you know that Desmond Ritter's playing and that Mariota's out, right?
No, I didn't know that actually, but
That's why I'm surprised you picked that
then
one.
give me Falcons 10.
Is London playing?
I was saying Falcons 6. Yeah, he's in.
Oh, then I'm going Falcons regardless.
I was saying Falcons 6. I'm going Falcons
This is
10
a coin
now.
toss. Who knows? I want to say Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints?
3.
Who's a
Saints
coach?
3 for
Is it
Brent.
still Andy Dalton?
Yeah, but you got to think it's Andy Dalton versus Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter hasn't seen the field at all, I believe, this season.
But Desmond Ritter is one of the top 5 most winningest quarterbacks of college history.
So what?
He
But
came
the
out
Saints
in the
also have the
he
offense-
came out in the preseason in the first 3 quarters threw for 100%.
But the Saints also have the
Also have what? What'd you say, Darren?
You cut out.
Cut out again. Get your girl off your phone, G. Get your girl off your phone, G. Who you got, Mike?
Saints by 7.
Saints 7.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go
So
Saints.
tired of watching the Saints play like this. Like,
Yeah, it's
where they
tough.
don't have
Saints
no.
Ain't no breeze.
You
Saints
don't
12.
got no Mariota, no Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts like fuck this. You know how they
But
start-
Drake's back, so it's okay. And he's been
Sean
putting up.
Latimer's out there as well. And Tyron what's his name? The honey badger?
Tyrann
Matthew.
Matthew or whatever his name is.
Who?
Who'd you
For the-
have, Darren,
Tyrann
for the
Mathieu.
Saints Falcons?
I got the Falcons
Falcons what?
by 4.
4. Falcons 4. All right. Now we on our hit the showers. So I know, Mark, you had a couple. Go and spit them out while I take a piss.
Man, I definitely got to give mine out to Skip Bayless since he's.
Oh yeah, he gotta hit the showers for being a.
He gotta hit-
It wasn't even the Cowboy. It was that whole Shannon Sharp skit. Yeah.
He gotta hit the
he gotta hit the
resignation.
shower.
He gotta resign.
Did you see that, Mike? When he told Shannon Sharp
I
that
did not.
He said,
yeah.
He
on
was,
the-
he was
hold
being
on, let me
emotional.
see. Let me see.
He was being emotional, and I felt like at the end of the day, he said that Tom Brady was better than Shannon Sharp. But my thing
But
is,
in reality,
Shannon
that
Sharp-
has nothing to do with nothing.
well, my thing is Shannon Sharp better than Tom Brady at his position. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really feel like you can do a comparison.
And I look at it as like, why are you riding this man's genitals and like you act like this man is like like blood or like your son or something. Like, what is you on? Like, you literally sit in front of this man every single day. Like, the loyalty that you should have
Right.
to this man should come
Right.
way before Tom Brady. Like, you're literally putting this man in the dirt on national TV for somebody that don't even call you in the morning. You feel me?
Right.
Like, that's wild to me. That's the wildest part to me. Like, you sit with this man every single day.
Well, my thing is this: they're on the show to debate and argue, and I feel like at this point they've been doing it for so long. You should know how to do it without being emotional.
that was a personal.
But that was personal though.
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's emotional. He was
Talking about skit?
reacting
But
emotionally.
he's been emotional before, but I've never seen him take a shot at Shannon like that ever. Like ever. Like that was like
He
wild.
got in his
like,
bill. He got in his bag. He got in his bills. That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
I just like I told CT, because CT loves LeBron. It's kind of like how people are. It's just LeBron and Tom Brady fans. I don't know what it is, but they'll literally cuss their own mama out.
It's
Like,
different though. It's not just LeBron. It's Jordan as well. He's definitely included, and they can.
you know what I
even go
mean? Like
harder.
people that they
Right.
consider the GOATs.
Yeah, they can go
I'm
harder
a
than LeBron fans.
and I'm not cussing my mom out.
And then I gave it to
But-
Micah. I gave it to Micah Parsons because he was on Von Miller's podcast and
The
Eagles-
MVP talk.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
say?
he's biased. He said
Yeah,
that Patrick Mahomes deserves it over Hurts, and that's bias. You're biased. You're counting in prior achievements over this season. That's bias.
Who said that again?
He said, "Is it
Micah
Jalen Hurts?"
Parsons.
He
Okay.
said, "Is it Jalen Hurts or is it the Eagles?" And I'm like Mike said,
But question.
It's also Micah Parsons is on division rival as well.
Right.
So of course,
why wouldn't Jalen Hurts get most improved?
because he didn't get a chance. I don't even think it's an improvement, right? Because last year you took him to the playoffs.
Progression.
Right, it's not like you
But
fell
that's
off
why
at all.
awards are put in place, though.
Yeah,
But
it's
why
all
would he get
relative.
most
Don't give me most
improved?
improved if I have the best stats.
Right. Like I had good stats
As a
last
matter of
year.
fact, give me both. I'll take most improved and improved.
There we go. There we go, right there. But yeah, no, you
All right.
can't just
But
write
that
him
just
off the
goes
most
off of, like-
improved.
But that just goes off of like when people said Ben Simmons shouldn't have won that rookie award his second year. But technically, it's like that was his first
I agree
year.
with
So
that.
technically, Jalen Hurts is just the most improved player.
Nah, I agree with that. Donovan Mitchell got fucked out of that situation. But that's different because Jalen Hurts, it wasn't a rookie. First of all, it wasn't a rookie conversation. It was just a matter of being the best. Now, last year you may have beat Jalen because he wasn't quite
as good as he is this year.
But that's not, you can't even put it like that because most improved indicates that you fucked up in the beginning.
Right, improved.
But people literally said, "Do you not remember Mount?"
Did you think that the Eagles was going to make it to the playoffs last year?
Jalen Hurts. Did people not say Jalen Hurts was not the guy?
Did you think that the Eagles was going to make it
Yeah,
to the
but that
playoffs
doesn't
last year?
mean anything.
You yourself.
No, that's what I'm saying. My dad's an Eagles fan. I've always heard Eagles talk my whole entire life.
So
like,
you thought
you're talking to the wrong
they
person.
would have won last year or would have made it to playoffs last year with Jalen Hurts?
No.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Nobody would have thought
They didn't
that.
have the team. They didn't have an AJ Brown.
But if nobody would have
Yeah,
thought
but you gotta
that,
base it off. Most improved is gonna be based off of your stats.
and
though.
if nobody would have thought they would have made it,
Are the most improved in the league.
but how can you improve off of already being good?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If nobody would have thought he'd have made
How
it,
good was he? How good was
good enough to make the playoffs, Darren. He was good enough to make it last year, and then this year he went 12-1.
But so
How can
was
you
Baker. Baker Mayfield was good enough, and he's still fucking boo-boo cheap.
But he didn't. Right, so he's out of both arguments. But you can't make the same for Darren. God damn it.
All right, I'm gonna change directions here because I gotta get off.
Right.
I am my hit the showers goes to, this is gonna be an off pick, my child.
Oh shit.
Who
Hit him.
he had a double last weekend in his basketball game, rebounds and points. And then this fucker twice has a fast break, pulls up at like
3-point.
3-point
Right.
line, takes both shots, makes both of the fucker.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. And the whole time I'm
hit
like,
the
that's not
showers.
the right shot.
And he looking at you like,
Oh no, the
Put
one
his hand up like this.
That's exactly what happened. He gave me the.
you see I'm still holding this form. It was the right shot. I was supposed to be at that game too.
3:45 Sunday.
This weekend? Okay. Okay. Before you hop off, my hit the showers is going to Tom Brady.
Yes.
Here you go.
Just because I feel like get over her already.
I don't even know what he got going on. He probably got chicks waiting for
Get
him.
over Jizzy from the block already. She for the block, Tom. Get over
Oh
her.
my God, you don't even know. You don't even know.
That's fine. Who else ain't hit? You hit one, Darren?
Hey, my hit the showers is your boy Carr, because I had
I'm
him
glad you got my back.
starting in my fantasy football, one of my fantasy football leagues, and he got me a good old 3 points.
He got 2.8
You
in
know how
our
hard
league.
it is. You know how hard it is to get 3 points.
He got
And you play a full
2.8
game, you
in
play
our
a
league.
full game, and you get me 3 points.
Why'd you start him?
Ridiculous.
Why'd you start him?
Ridiculous.
Maybe Mock's right. Maybe Mock's right. You
And
should
you know
hit
why I
the
start him?
showers.
Because even though he doesn't go he does get his yards,
Mhm.
and I got him and Devontae Adams, so I just play that little combo. But like I said, he got me a good old 3 points. And he played a full game. That's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Let me see something real
Hit
quick.
the showers, Derek Carr.
I agree. I'm glad you said it. Who you got, Darren, while I look this up real quick? Yep. He's going to make it.
I got $100 million man Amari Cooper. Hit the shot.
Ooh. I agree with that as well. Yeah, he's going to make it again. Carr has had 4 4,000 plus yard seasons. I think he'll make it again this year. He's at 3,117 currently. So I think he will make it. But when you look at his stats, 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, like he's just not him. He's not him. Yeah, he's not him.
Definitely not him. But you can help me win fantasy, Derek, if you're listening.
No, you can't. So I suggest you not start him.
I'm not starting him this week, but
I put Golf over Derek last week, and Golf gave me 22.
I should have. Golf went nuts. He was one of the top QBs last week.
Yeah, 22 point something.
So Amari Cooper definitely did hit the shot.
Yeah, but that's it. Does anybody have anything to take us out of this motherfucker?
Raiders and Browns suck ass. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Fuck the Eagles. They just living on a prayer at the moment.
Yeah,
Right? What Eagles? What's they say?
First round out
Eagles are
Eagles.
just-
That's what I'm gonna call
The
it.
Right.
Eagles are
First round
just
out.
eating the plate that they were laid. That's it.
Eating the plate, not the egg. They
Eating the plate. Eating the glass.
Fooling.
Oh shit!
Eat the
Well,
whole
to
plate.
all my shower heads, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to what?
Tell they mama, sister, cousin, brother, stepdaddy, uncle, and all that.
Tell them to troll. We out this motherfucker. We'll
that's
catch
good.
up. Are we coming back
I got
Saturday?
the kids this weekend. I got
Okay. We may or may not be back Saturday, but catch us. Britt says Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Mazel Tov to all y'all ethnics.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salaikum salam, my brother. We out. I done hit the wrong button.
All right, Cliff.
All right. Be safe. Tuck the little one in.
Will do. See ya.
All right. That was a good one. Oh shit. Oh shit, stop playing.